hello. Let's unmute this.
They're pretty good. Adding Envy was definitely a solid pickup, you know? Definitely a very good top mobile player.
Lauren hasn't played that. I don't know why I even brought that up. Anyway, here's Reject.
They're pretty good. Adding Envy was definitely a solid pickup, you know? Definitely very good top mobile player, world champion. I guess Western Stage 5 champion. But regardless, he is definitely somebody that you do not want to be going up against.
Are you good? Yeah, what's going on with you?
She's being attacked by her pen.
Fine. Everything's fine. We're going to start getting our picks and bans through here in just a second. I'll give you guys some more stuff to talk about and break down when it comes to this matchup here. Obviously, got a little bit of a trial run there for Goofy Goobers when it comes to what they want to maybe work with when it comes to that map pool. And maybe we'll see some different variety coming out of them here for the second match. Yeah, Variety Summit. And
not really good.
Variety's not. Yeah, Variety is
Hey, I like Summit. What the heck? Is this live? This is live.
On Arsenal, we'll ban Arsenal, but I don't think they.
I like how three of them look professional and they're
did
too
their
like
research
funny.
in
Yeah, it'd be
regards
like
to the
that.
Rejects, typical map picks.
Yeah. This is it's so difficult because
Hey,
again,
what is
to be
good? Hello.
honest, and this is, you know, we might criticize the map picks a little bit, but it's difficult to veto against some of these top teams.
That's facts.
It's just like, it's so difficult because they don't have bad maps generally. Like, I think the only one that ever comes to mind is over in Europe, where we talk about, I want to say it's exclusive, that just can't play Arsenal Hardpoint. That's like the only example that comes to mind, and I promise exclusive that wasn't a stray against you guys if you're watching this. But it's difficult. So I'm not going to criticize them too much, but still, I think at this point you are just kind of vetoing for yourselves, and Hardpoint hasn't exactly been a strength for Goofy Goobers anyway, so.
Feels bad.
All right, we get the Slum Search and Destroy. Was that where Rejects dismantled Mayhem? Am I thinking correctly, or am I misremembering?
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I think that was Tunisia.
You're right.
And we do have that map number 5, so hey, you know, if we get a map number 5, it's going to be a good time for Rejects. But
this is an easy matchup for Rejects.
This is a favorite for them. Slums, they're 1-3 on it. They played it 4 times, so they are the very least seasoned on it. But very different gravy against Rejects.
Very different
So
gravy.
there's that, and of course, raid control. Look, you know what? They can learn from their mistakes from the last series with the raid control.
Hopefully they used our 4-minute break for a quick VOD review to see what they could fix in the raid control. And, you know, might be able to make things a little bit closer than they did against Team Mayhem.
it's definitely going to be a difficult matchup, obviously, given Rejects' record in the season so far, their performance in the season so far. But this is going to be the last matchup that we see out of Goofy Goobers as well. So that will be the end to their season after we get through this. So
Damn.
for now,
Bro, I got a hiccups.
I'll set you guys
Oh my
off
God.
to the other half of the studio. You can take your time if you'd like. We'll start getting into match number 2 in chat. As always, let us know your thoughts as well on how you think this one's gonna go.
Bobby,
Bro, I got the hiccups, bro.
Old person
Oh no.
by you guys.
Yep.
So I mean, I guess a slow walk would track, wouldn't it? But
Holy crap.
alas, this is probably not going to be a slow series. Let's be honest. Rejects. This is
What
really
the
tough.
hell?
It is so incredibly tough for Goofy Goobers here.
All right, I think we may have some breaking news.
Oh, whoa. Oh, wait, is this breaking news?
Team NBA waved the white flag in the current matchups.
Is this actually breaking news?
Wait, what?
So
What?
Off-stream matches, they will go 0-2 once again. I think that was kind of expected.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm dying, dog.
I thought that had already happened, but that's good to know.
Yeah, well, I was just like, I thought that was already. We were like, yeah, that's definitely something we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's breaking news for you guys. So NBA, obviously, I think they had a tough go of things at the start of the season. I want to say like the first couple of maps were just.
I need water. I got.
And I think past that point, they were just like, this is
I
just really
hiccups.
difficult. But you know,
Oh my God, bro, this is
they-
actually
you know,
tragic.
Against some of the best teams in the world. I literally think, I want to say their first match of the season was Seminal, and that is like draining. That's like
Got the hiccups.
if you were.
Oh my God.
The Potterverse, and your first like one duel was against Voldemort. That's the best example that I can give. But it does leave them here. 0-7 in the season. Sane, I think we're supposed to play them today. So I think they're supposed to be 1-6 there. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong in that instance, but it would give Sane their first win on the board.
All right. Well, even though they go 0-7, they do not come in last place because at the bare minimum, they followed the rules, so they get an extra $250 because of it. So congrats to Team NBA. But obviously focusing on the match at hand, we do have Goofy Goovers versus the Rejects. I'm curious if we see, like, maybe prior to playoffs or day of playoffs, if either of these two top teams announce that they
Chat,
picked
I'm
up
like-
by an org. That would be interesting to see. Obviously, that's something.
Goofy Goovers.
Yes, Goofy Goovers. I think they're going to get picked up by, by FaZe.
What are you talking about?
I heard that FaZe were really interested in picking up this roster, so I'm very excited for that announcement to come out.
Dude. I was so... You confused me. That's
Bro,
I just,
whoever gave me the hiccups, bro, frick you. Oh my days.
All right.
Oh my god, it's actually sad.
Goofy Goovers already off to a much stronger start than they had against Team Mayhem. I believe it was 107-1 through the first couple of hard points. The fact that they've already been able to get 3 points is a sign of improvement for them. Obviously, having Venti a seasoned shotgun.
Oh my
on this map is
god.
something that'll work in your favor. So we'll see what he can do up against the R9 in the hands of.
Oh, timing.
Unfortunate timing for S-Thug as he gets taken down right there, but Envy on the bottom side is going to be there to lock things down. Rabalo shut down, though, and Goofy Goovers in control of the hard point once again.
Seminal is first right now.
Trying to make it work against Solo here. Solo looking for these kills. He's going to find one. Such a trouble for him.
Drink water.
X's
Yeah.
Down low here, trying to survive for the squad. And P1 is always a bit of a mess.
I'll hold my breath, yeah.
So it's difficult to get a lot of time off it, and you're seeing that right here. As teams vying for the time. Goofy Goovers at the end of the hard point, going to walk away with 14 points.
Oh my god.
It's an opportunity for them to kind of have a really good start to this game off the back of P2, but they have to make sure they get close towards the point. And right now, they're getting spawn trapped towards the back of that P4 side. Nice kills starting to come through from Rejects here. And this is, again, what separates some of the best teams here from the rest, is Rejects, they kind of recognize that, hey, Goofy Goovers aren't wholly spawning there. There's a couple of spawn outs towards the radio tower side. Recognize it, they take those players down almost immediately.
Brainy in position to make his way toward P2 right here, but he
Watch a scary video or follow the top dog.
Excellent. Waits for the reinforcements. Unfortunately, there's a Solo directly up above him with the equalizer in hand, but Nas gonna be able to take him down. Couple errant shots out of Solo going to end up requiring an operator of him. Jay's doing his best to keep the hard point clear, but once again, solid feed here for the Goofy's Goobers. They're able to break back on in.
Holy crap, I literally can't.
To try to contest for the hard point right here as he gets shut down as well.
Yeah, Goofy Goovers now not in such a great spot. They will get the scrap time away from Rejects, or maybe they won't. Solo wanted to give it a little look here, but only finds a couple of seconds away. And this is the big problem now for Goofy Goovers. I was going to talk about it just then. They do not have control of the rotation for the next hill at all. And now you're starting to see some of the investment coming out from Rejects early on too. So it's going to find
This is tragic. Why are you throwing up? Bro, I literally can't, bro. Oh my god. That would be a Rejects against LG. It is after this game.
It's not something you see teams often do. You kind of see them play a little bit further back to allow Goofy Goovers to make their way up the slope, but that hasn't happened. One player going to go down now, though, and maybe Goofy Goovers can start to find their way through here. They've broken the front of the kill. Rejects trying to send a couple of players down the front, and while they decide it's time to bring out some of the operators here to break back through, they want a dominant hard point.
And for Rejects, you really need to hold these spawns.
Oh my god. S-Thug struggling. Bro. S-Thug has 3 kills, Solo has 23, bruh.
In the backside. And with that, they have control of the hard point and easy rotation toward next.
That's insane.
A couple of seconds of scrap right here. Very nice setup toward new. There's one player waiting for them.
Solo has 25, S-Thug has 3.
Brainy pushing all the way through, looking to anchor spawns, but he's going to get shut down by Jez. And with that, Rejects in position to once again build on this lead.
That's crazy.
Yeah, once again, you're giving away the rotation to Rejects here, and this is just not a good look whatsoever. We do have a few operators on side here for Goofy Goovers, but you've only got one currently being utilized by Rejects. Is Jez, who's already picked up a double there with the Sparrow. Dezito, well, I did want to have a good go at things with the Annihilator. That's not happened. Solo also having a pretty good look here with the Annihilators. Goodness gracious me. Every single time we see the operators come out for Rejects, good use of them. Solo is really starting to
Dude.
get excellence on the
Solo has 29 kills, S-Thug has 3.
You don't really want to be using the equalizers, and Solo is doing such
What?
a job of it. That hunter killer drone.
Nah, the 3 to 30 is crazy. Bruh, that's insane.
The rest of the work for him, and he's going to be able to pick up an AR as a result. So now a little bit of a dual threat in that position.
That's actually
13
wild.
seconds to scrap the lockdown right here. Dozita takes a quick switchblade to the head, and oh, a shaky gunfight right there for Jez as he's not able to clean things up. Once again, Rejects picking up the scrap. Now on rotation, they're trying to make quick work of this map. Once again, players in position. It's S-Thug in the top side. Not going to look to get the scrap time right here. He's going to maintain that map control. Can't find Nas, though. Opening for Goofy Goobers to maybe find some contest, but once again, the ARs reinforce for Rejects, and they are completely in control of this one and have been realistically ever since P2.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
It's the rotations, I think, that's been the biggest problem here for Goofy Goobers, is they're not been able to get anything going at all in terms of just rotating away, grabbing the spawns for the correct side of the map in terms of rotation, and Rejects have been running away with it because of that.
Yeah, S-Thug is just playing OBJ.
Now we're starting to see the utilization.
But that's insane, dude.
Vallo is on an absolute tear with the war machine at the moment.
Solo's on 36, bruh.
Right in front of him, he's only able to get past one of those pellets for a kill. But yet still, doesn't matter. Rejects are sitting inside. They will not be able to finish the game here on P1. But, I mean, look where they're positioned at the moment, Bobby. They probably will be able to do so on P2.
Yep. Goofy Goobers do their best.
Who am I cheering for? I don't even know, dog. I don't know who's gonna win. It's gonna be close.
Found any hard point time.
I hope it's close.
Mixy P1, P2 setup looked like they might be able to bring things closer than they had against Team Mayhem, but Rejects trying to make sure that that is not the case. Nas pulls out the claw, trying to see what he can do with it. A little two-piece for him, make it 3. Has not yet been traded out either. Jez gets taken off of his Sparrow. And a solid 5 seconds the hard point for the Goofy Goovers, but once again, Rejects looking to end this one as quickly as possible. Nas gonna get taken down, but the claw in hand. And Rejects can very feasibly win this one right here, and especially with Venti getting taken down. Looks like
Oh, bro dropped the 40.
Goofy Goobers still sending warm bodies at this point. Rejects now just looking for the last few seconds here. Envy, Solo, everyone contributing to it. Just one more player inside to deal with. It's Venti, and, well, no more life left in them. Attempted flank for the final few seconds coming in from Naz, but nobody is going to get there in time. Rejects put Goofy Goobers away pretty darn quickly there in that hard point. Honestly, off the start, the way that they played on P1 and even on P2, I was expecting a relatively competitive game, especially considering I think when we even got P3, they were forcing operators out to maintain control for Rejects, but just we got P3 and it started
Drink water, bro.
to get to the point where every single rotation was controlled.
I literally held my breath
Goofy just were not able to get anything.
and I drink water.
You know, if you split the
And
difference
it
in
don't
hard points,
do
you
nothing,
get
dog.
50 to 47. So
Why do I know for a fact that during the entire, like, what, 30 seconds in which I was talking there, you had that ready to go. You were like, I cannot wait for him to shut up so I can say this.
I just wanted to put that out there, you know. To be fair, they did play things fairly close in the first couple of hard points, and they even like found a push through on P3, which is not easy to do. So I thought with that, they were at least going to be able to break 100 points, but
Hold on, is that true? Is the maths on that correct?
I don't know why I'm dying.
technically
Did you post another video? I did.
0.5, but
No, I don't, it's up by more than that, isn't it? They got 30 in this one.
Oh, they got
57.
36.
Oh, they got 36? Okay, no.
Yeah, I gotta drink water upside down or
I thought they got
something.
30, and I forgot about that, like, the last 5 or 6 seconds they managed to grab off this last till, to be honest with you, because it was so inconsequential. But Goofy Goobers just couldn't get anything done there, could not get anything moving for 90% of that game. And Rejects, I mean, like,
Unfortunate.
it's one of those situations where every single time we saw an operator from Rejects, it went not to waste at all. They were just decimating every time we saw some kind of response attempt from Goofy Goobers. It was no more than that, an attempt. And Rejects showing again why they are one of the best teams we have on offer here in North America.
very odd to see Esta going negative in that map. And obviously you do typically have him as an AR player, so not necessarily a role that is going to thrive on.
Bro, Estug was just playing OBJ, bro.
So now we get ready to head into
Bro
the
was
first phase.
chillin'.
You would presume once again that this is probably a Goofy Goovers map pick, so We saw them take a couple of rounds off of Team Mayhem whenever they were on the Express. They'll look to do the same here in the Slum Search and Destroy. I would say of the modes that we've seen them play so far today, that one was the least shaky.
Yeah, I think that's fair because they were being competitive on Express, right? I think, you know, we look back at some of the earlier rounds and they were going tit for tat with Mayhem.
That's why Aerith's gonna get muted.
Exactly
Chill.
the table. I think it's just kind of as we got further and further into the Search and Destroy when they started to give a few rounds away, started to do a few silly things, and Mayhem, I think, just started running.
Bro, I need a. Oh my god. I'm gonna breathe in and breathe out slowly.
We'll have a part of this conversation now, and I think we'll have the whole conversation when we get to Rejects versus Seminal, is that Rejects are a very good Search and Destroy team. I think they're a very good Search and Destroy team.
Oh, I don't think they're a bad Search and Destroy team. I just don't think they're as good of a Search and Destroy
Oh my
team
god.
as you're giving them credit for.
Look, for the most part, Seminal and Rejects have played the exact same field of teams this season, right? Okay, are we agreed on that?
No, it's just because Rejects, they're regular season
Cold hard
warriors.
facts here.
No, they're regular season warriors. Like I understand.
Damn.
They're regular. Like Seminal are just gonna kick it up when it matters most.
Regular season warriors feels bad.
I'll hold back the stats till we get into that matchup. We got some important stats to talk about. For now, though, Rejects, they've got to get through Goofy Goovers first. They had a good go at things in map number 1. Now in here in map number 2, they are starting off with aggression towards B. That's not where a lot of this action is going down. I love this look from Goofy Goovers off the start. Straight through blue. Not a care in the world. The problem is the response from Rejects is just as aggressive. They really want to take this bomb site back. Oh my goodness me. What a response from Rejects. Goofy Goovers ran straight to A.
Damn.
Like, what do you guys think you're doing?
That was a speedy response, and especially when you can get solo through that broken wall with an R9 in hand, there was not much the Goofy Goovers were able to do. Obviously, Venti's going to look to counter that. They get aggressive through the mid-map right here. Much slower approach that does not benefit them to open things up, or Brainy's going to be able to trade out one. Just like that, we're into a 4v4. We see the Tundra coming out for a couple of different players on this Goofy
The wall bangs.
squad.
Yeah, my still gets pushed up.
Still gonna be able to lurk forward, and once again able to get a lot of information as they're wrapping all the way back towards spawn.
How did they allow him to get there? There's not a soul in Graveyard. I mean, I know it's the point of Graveyards, right? But nobody is there from Goofy Goovers whatsoever, and they have given up way too much map control to Rejects here, to the point where an already difficult offensive effort is going to be even more difficult, I say, is
the R9?
Body away to Brady. Might as well, if you're in the Graveyard, go and jump straight to
That's awkward.
Envy now hot shots over by Bricks. Somebody chow, please.
Run!
Do exactly that. Envy walks away. Raballo deals with the shot. Teamwork is the dream work for Rejects.
Jez should have the read onto Excellence right here. He's actually going to wrap back toward Broken right here, and maybe some connection issues, so he's going to bank on his teammates to, at the bare minimum, have that information, but unfortunately for Rejects, Raballo is going to get shut down right there by the Tundra in the hands of Venti, so with that, they should have an opening to potentially equalize, but Envy reads to perfection, just like that, into a 2v2.
What?
Finds another on to
That's crazy.
and he's trying to make it a 1v3 by himself. Teammate really just
Yeah, I think Tundra might have been unbanned. They should have banned it. I don't know why it's not. I don't know.
Stay away from Envy. All right, gets the shot. Hold on. Oh, Jez is going to take him down. All right, I want to see that from Envy's perspective. I need to see it. Envy, I pray to God that you have your POV somewhere, because I need to see that turn on snipe. That was disgusting.
He's not a player that posts his POV a lot, but most of his teammates do, so hopefully one of them was recording to see that one. As Rejects do clutch up and take another round right there.
Damn.
Tundra remains out for Nas as he tries to find the opening over toward the A side. One player tucked away in the corner. That's going to be Solo. Once again, R9 in hand, and he's going to make quick work of that opening kill as Nas drops. So it is Excellence. And just like that, only 3 players remain for Goofy Goovers.
Now, Brady's got the right idea at least. Probably knows that someone's going to get over aggressive, and yet good call, but even better is the trades from Rejects. Venti and I left up in the garage, and he's going to need a fix up here. I don't know why I said garage so aggressively. Yeah, it's a garage. And Raballo's going to take him down. Rejects 3-0. Overwhelming are they? And that's the.
Did I get the Type 19? Nah.
You might as well
Is it release?
on the offense or defense, excuse me.
All right. Let's see if we have any adjustments. I would like to see some more of the aggression that we saw to Goofy Goobers. Obviously, it didn't convert anything over toward the A side, but at the bare minimum gave them a strong opening to the round, and it was only the later gunfights that really put things out of reach. They allow Solo to get aggressive, and he finds 2 to open things up.
Ban DRH.
To connect. Nothing right
Ban everything.
there, but nearly takes the head off of Nas. And once again, Goofy Goober's just sitting in spawn and giving away so much real estate to rejects. Not going to be a reliable strategy if you want to catch them off guard, and certainly not doing.
Nah, bro, this is the shot. Hide at spawn. Y'all know how to use the motion blur thingy? Oh yeah, they added like motion blur to. I don't know. I think it's like only motion blur on like the surrounding, but not like the enemies or some shit. I don't know.
To be fair, it's slum search and destroy on the offense. When you don't have the numbers, it's difficult enough when you do. When you don't, things go from bad to worse here. Nade being cooked over to try and deal with a player on bricks. That's not going to happen, so they're going to have to get up close and personal to get it done. Venti, Harem in hand. Jez gives him the free kill. To be fair, that's the way you want to deal with it if possible. The problem is, Estag had already made his way through blue. Now he's looking for the second kill against Azito and actually going to take him down. All of a sudden here, with that kill against Rabalo, we left up in a 1 versus 2 for Envy.
He's going to hit a wrap back toward the A side, gets the information the bomb's been retrieved, and we'll see if timing goes his way. Should hear Dozito right around the corner. Shot connects, and now the opportunity at the 1v2. Nas going to lurk through Graveyard right here, but it's a pistol out, and Nas is able to make him pay.
Damn.
Goofy Goobers find their first round here in the search and destroy on Slums.
And that is a round, again, that really should not have gone Goofy Goober's way. The only reason it does, the sole reason it does, is that they're able to exploit the aggression that they expect from rejects, and that's what you need to do. You know rejects are going to run at them. Will they make that mistake again, though, later on during the search and destroy is the question. Well, it's one offensive round that Goofy Goobers otherwise wouldn't have gotten. And this is something that we saw back in round number 1, where Goofy Goobers right off the rip decided to go straight through blue. They only
You seen the new comp maps? Yeah, it's horrible.
But ideally, you want to get the bomb down before the retake.
Can't wait to watch Kurohana Metropolis.
Finds an easy double. And now, Goofy Goobers, you are in trouble because you are nowhere near the middle of the map.
PBSA just not banned.
Nowhere near the bomb.
It's just not good.
Yeah,
Jez is Jesus or someone else? That's someone else. Jez is old tribe player.
Excellence working, lurking way back.
Jesus is Team Mayhem.
Be able to find one on the trade, but Estug is there in response. And once again, rejects back in the driver's
Raider
seat.
hacked me
One
off.
more round for them on the defensive side. And outside of that one well-timed clutch, Goofy Goobers have not had much response. I did once again like to see the aggression over toward the A side. They do send a couple players that way. It's just a question of whether or not they'll be able to actually capitalize on it this time. It looks like Reject's getting aggressive right here. Solo already pushed up toward that garage area.
And it is a very similar look from Goofy Goobers once again. This time, though, not as aggressive in towards blue, and it gives Rejects a chance to react. One player over there is going to be Envy, who does get shut down by Brainy, and now Rejects don't have the numbers here, but they do have one player pushed all the way forward. It's really aggressive, some Solo. Surprisingly so, and that's a real surprise. A nasty one for Dazita to deal with. Rabalo also going to shock Venti, and now Excellence left in, well, that position. Rabalo going to find a second kill, and Rejects, man, they are somehow just getting these players through behind enemy lines and being so annoying.
And the thing is,
Why try to remove space?
Gunfights where they're just at
Well, tribe roster, I don't know if they got dropped or if it was like they just what's it called? Find what's it called? Their contract ended. But the team roster changed just because, you know, it's a team decision. Plus, Envy's a great pickup. Envy's probably better than Space in terms of like AR.
Trying to find something to work their way through. Jez gonna miss on the first, but he won't do it a second time. Not gonna be able to find the closer here on the round, but 2v2 as Goofy Goobers are able to equalize somewhat, make it 2v3. And Nas 1 HP should be shut down right here. Once again, Jez maybe a little bit laggy in this one, but with Excellence only 10 seconds remaining, he's just playing for kills.
He's going to find the first. Nicely done, but no time for the defuse hit. So Excellence is donezo in this round. Just get away your life, make KD look a little bit nicer with that final kill coming through. But it is ultimately a round for rejects, and this is what you don't want to see if you Goofy Goobers, an aggressive reject squad on the offense that are feeling themselves.
Hold your breath for a long time. Yeah, I mean, I tried.
I assume we're going to see the exact same look out of rejects, because why not? Let's just end this search and destroy how you've ended pretty much every single search and destroy so far in this tournament. Exactly like this, pure unpatented aggression. There is a response from Excellence, but not one of much at all from Goofy Goobers as Rabalo finds a double. One player left alive, and I think they were looking for the execution there to Zeta for in a 1 versus 3 though.
See what he can make of it. Bomb
Execution.
over on the B side, but information should
Do
have
it.
been given. And it looks like Reject's trying to get sneaky right here. A couple players looking to hit the flank. Oh, and they're just hunting right now. They're not even looking to play around the bomb site. See if they can catch him off guard. Does he realize Jez is snuck through spawn?
Damn.
He does. So the opening for the 1v3 is in hand.
He's trying to trick shot.
Right here. 360 does not connect. He's going to be forced back. Once again, Rabalo should be there just in case a trade is needed. And
Damn.
gets shut down. So now all down to Rabalo. Realistically, no time for Dozita. He's just trying to see if he can make something cool happen. Able to find the kill. Not enough time for the defuse. Rejects
That's tragic.
Once again here in the search and destroy, as it's a 7-1 win.
Wasn't that almost the exact same?
It's the same as the, yeah, it's the same as the last game too.
Mayhem ended with Dozita in a 1 versus 3 and refusing to get executed.
Yes.
Man, it keeps on happening to Dozita. I feel really bad for him. Regardless, that is another victory there. Another dominant search and destroy victory coming out of rejects there. 7-1 this time around. It continues what has been an unprecedented spree of search and destroys from a team here in the Snapdragon Pro Series. And yeah, I don't think it's that much of a surprise. To be honest, I think sometimes you take it with a pinch of salt for a team that starts that strongly on defense, because at the end of the day it's slum, search and destroy. But as we got into the offensive rounds from rejects, I think the reality of the situation really does start to set in that, hey, no, this isn't just a defensive team that's up 5-1. This is just rejects being up 5-1.
Damn.
Yep. There's just only so much you can do in a situation like this, right? When you've got
Rabalo went crazy, huh?
difference of experience between the two squads being years.
What's the next game after this?
at this
Luminosity against Trovo.
gap to overcome, and
Also known as Seminal against the Rejects. Oh, what happened?
you can do in a situation like this, right? You can do in a situation like this, right? When you've got the difference
Period.
of experience between the two squads being years worth at this point. It's a difficult gap to overcome, and obviously you expect rejects to handle business.
Why is it lagging?
Maybe a couple
Hey, yo. The thumbnail's so goofy. The next match being no.
lagging for the entirety of the game. It still didn't look like
Oh my god, this quality. Love that.
Rejects to continue to run through this one quickly.
Yeah, I think they would have been disappointed with anything.
Hey, yo. LG also changed their name. They didn't change their name. LG is an organization, and they just didn't renew their contract with Seminal.
So far this season, so half the course, I think, for rejects take the search and destroy in the manner that they did. Next up, I believe we have a raid control, and we can analyze here about Goofy Goobers, because we saw potential in them when they went head-to-head with Mayhem just 30 minutes ago. Yeah, this hasn't been a long series, to be honest so far. And Goofy Goobers, I mean, look, they had potential. They just made a few, I think, key mistakes where if they could fix them, hey, maybe this will be a competitive game.
Yeah, I think they should be able to make something out of this one, especially if they can capitalize on maybe some issues for this reject squad. Some players not fully there, then could potentially take a round. And once again, if they had thrown a couple different routes over toward the B side in that opening round again,
Who do you think gonna win? Seminal or Rejects?
Differential between the two teams to
I don't know.
off. They were just not able to close
Brain
out.
says Seminal, heart says Rejects.
We'll see what they can make out of this one, but it looks like we'll be
You feel me?
on map 3 fairly quickly right here. As we are good to go. And they will be on the offensive side to get things started once again.
Alrighty, Goofy Goobers, what do you got for us? What have you learned from your last experience? Wow, when that happens, it feels a little disrespectful. Right? The chopper coming out right from the rip. That's Solo who has that in his hand. Rejects now don't even really need it in terms of defending the point, but he's going to be.
Why is it lagging?
Regardless, PDW from Jez.
Oh.
What is going on? It's like off Meta Central or something.
What is going on?
Any other watching EU? They love the PDW.
Yeah, I see you.
What game mode is this? Control.
Yeah, that's true.
Rejects doing a good job at the moment, keeping
Bro, is someone on my Wi-Fi, bro?
This is a really weird match.
What is happening? Dude, what is wrong with my Wi-Fi, bro?
Have a good start as well. 4 kills for him.
What the hell are the guns? Yeah. Bro's using a chopper. Let me refresh.
Make his way out. Couple players go down right there, and Jez gets taken out. So they avoid much of a life loss, but still down 7 lives, make it 8 right there, and no objectives fully captured.
Bro, I'm losing my mind, chat.
Objectives fully captured has put them in a difficult position, investing that much time trying to escape.
Yeah, this round, to be honest, I don't think this round has been fundamentally that erroneous from Goofy Goovers. It's just been rejects pummeling them the entire time. Fenty, what is that? What do you do when Jez is doing that to you? Excellence now for a while.
Yeah, what's wrong with my Wi-Fi, bro?
And he is being hunted. Look at the arrows on the minimap as well. Envy, is he trying to put some Somalis in the wall or something? I don't know, he's just putting bullets everywhere. Goes to timer. Onslaught will be survived by the last remaining player, but not so much for the entire team and what was a dominant round for rejects.
Nas pulling out the secret weapon. Looks like the Chickum is the go-to heading into this one as they're on the defensive side trying to see what they can do. And once again, Solo just information checking across mid. Not going to be able to find the kill. Dozita does take him down off the opening. That's going to be life advantage, even if only for moments for the Goofy Goovers. And Envy's going to be able to pick up the Chickum right here, seeing what type of damage he can do with the sniper in hand, able to find the opener, but shut down. And once again, Jed's going to sit on the objective and wait on those reinforcements.
Bro, what is wrong with my thing today? Hello?
Goofy Goovers, they've done a good job of keeping rejects at bay for the moment here. But again, part of that conversation we had earlier on about what teams need to do here on raid control is in terms of map control. At the moment, they're stacking way too many players on B. They haven't read the rotation towards A whatsoever. Group
stage for Katowice is on. I was here for CS. I don't even watch CS no more, bro.
Rejects are slowly but surely capturing A. It is only one person on the point, but that one person is enough. Jez, though, will go down, so Reject's going to have to install another player on the point. Solo doing a good job inside the kitchen, though, keeping these guys at bay. That's a couple more kills that, once again, will widen the kill advantage here for Rejects, who are now looking to find the third and final tick over towards A. They will get it, and now Goofy Goovers, well, now you guys can start to kind of focus here on B.
All right, 8 life differential, and it continues to build for Rejects. Jez makes his way up, continues to beam with that PDW in hand. Brand new skin, I believe that's part of the reason he's rocking it right now, and Solo has not been read by these remaining players for Goofy Goovers. Takes them a while to hunt him down, and Rejects continue to move upward on that B objective. Couple shots.
Bro's pistoling.
Only 3 lives remaining in a minute 44. No realistic hope of taking this round either. Has been dominance through and through for them. One
that's toxic.
And Solo doesn't have the patience. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't.
Yo, why is bro friggin' teasing the OBJ?
Information and see if they can have a little fun here.
They're toxic.
Might be having a bit of fun with them. Yeah, they just decide.
They're toxic.
We're not messing around here. We just want to get this one done and dusted. Another second round on the board here. That what started, I mean, relatively well for Goofy Goovers to be fair, but Rejects just started running away with it after they stopped messing around. One final round for Rejects here to flawlessly 3-0 this control and 3-0 the series. Goofy Goovers, it's been a tough day for them.
Oh my god, what is bro doing?
This one, shots going off in the middle of the map here. Rejects sending
Why troll them? Why not?
So nobody can contend with on that laundry side. And Goofy Goovers are deciding to invest everything into this offense.
Oh my god.
Comes out for excellence. He's going to be able to take down Raballo. like you said, all the operators come out, but they've not really seen any life differential as a result of it.
What? That's a sick wallbang.
Nas was the only operator remaining, and once again,
are they gonna set up the spawn trap?
Goofy Goobers have done a good job on the objective, and they're gonna be able to lock in B pretty early. So with the life situation the way that it is, not terribly undoable. Question is, what's the map control going to look like? But with one player getting taken down top laundry, and now the Zim spawn.
Damn, the Zim spawn trap.
Find two right there, and they continue to spawn directly in front of him. Dozita trying to escape. But can't quite connect right there. And lives remain fairly even, but Raballo taking down 3 right there is the last thing you want to see if you're Goofy Goovers.
Nothing.
What is this gun? Oh, a PDW.
Momentarily, Goofy Goovers, they get out the spawn trap, but right back in it here. Are they, as rejects really starting to screw them in?
Damn, that's the go crazy.
For a couple of kills. Why not number 3? Yep.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Goofy Goovers have been totally
Oh, big pred though. Dude, they had the lead in this round, bro. It was 29 to 27.
Give this one some,
how is it 18 to 3 to 2?
Bobby, this one is done.
They were doing so good at the start.
Call them team disciples because there is no hope.
Damn.
It's all alone. 1v18 right here. And
that is tough.
This time around, S-Thug not going to be able to spot him out.
That is tough, bro.
Circles with the equalizer in hand, and Excellence just terrified for his life. MW11's enough to get the final kill.
DRH buff, go crazy.
With the 3-0, not a fun day for Goofy Goovers.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. We said it coming into today. It's like you face Mayhem and then subsequently rejects. It's just like, mate, I don't even know. What's a comparison?
Feels bad.
I mean, I used the Elden Ring comparison. You guys didn't have a clue what I was on about, so. So what's a good comparison?
Only thing I can think of is like NBA comparison, so.
I don't know. It's like getting into a shower, finding out the shower is only giving you cold water, and then, you know, and all of a sudden it just stops giving you water.
That is tragic. Your stream is delayed? Yeah, I'm catching up.
Comparative reference, like
also, because I'm lagging. I don't know why I'm lagging.
I'm just thinking about having a nice shower. But regardless,
what is wrong with my thing, bro? Why is it lagging?
And I think, again, fundamentally speaking, nothing too awry in that best of 5, but overall, rejects just simply outclassed him, and I just don't.
Okay.
I think we're surprised, to be honest. This is not an indictment on Goofy Goovers whatsoever.
Okay, they're gonna go on a break.
There is just not much that you can ultimately do when you go.
They're gonna go on a break. We'll play a game. And I'll reset my browser. What the heck? We'll play a quick game. What browser are you using? I'm just using Chrome. I need some DRH content. Let's get it.
Hardpoint.
Got demons on my team, Mel.
Hardpoint identified.
Bro, clickbaiting? Facts.
Targets in sight.
Hardpoint locked down.
Flash out!
Target down.
Hardpoint contested.
Enemy contact. Get down!
Hardpoint contested.
Tango down.
UAV
Okay.
recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by. Friendly Shock RC is ready. Friendly Shock RC is coming. Predator missile on standby. Friendly Predator
No.
missile. Hardpoint identified.
Pain.
Capture the objective.
Frag out!
Hardpoint is ours.
Watch out! Flash!
Dude.
Enemy down.
Please help.
Hardpoint contested.
Okay.
Friendly EMP systems in.
Dude, I can't play with my contacts in, bro. I
Hardpoint
literally
locked
cannot
down.
see.
Hardpoint lost. Hardpoint contested. UAV online.
Flash out!
Hardpoint is ours. Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint contested.
Frag! Enemy in sight.
UAV recon. Hardpoint. Hardpoint identified. Capture the objective.
Bruh. Gary's got another buff. Yup.
Hardpoint is ours.
Bro, I like slid into that flash. Oh my god, my teammate got
Hardpoint
shields.
contested. Heads up. Enemy UAV spotted.
Flashbang! Frag out!
Hostile hunter-killer drone down.
Enemy contact! Enemy down!
Enemy shock RC is coming.
Okay.
Reloading.
Friendly shock RC is coming. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. UAV online.
Enemy contact!
Keep on them. Winning this one. Predator missile inbound.
Enemy down!
Hardpoint identified. Capture the objective.
Target
You tried.
down.
Hardpoint locked down.
I'm hurt.
Can't run away. Peek me. Oh!
Enemy contact.
Oh, we won? Okay, that was the fastest game ever. Holy crap. That was such a fast game. Okay.
Welcome to the place where
Bro, they didn't even finish.
everything you want can be yours.
That game was so fast. They're still in
You're willing to work
the
for it.
break.
You're willing to hurt for it. But most of all, you're willing to be first for it. Ha,
We went 18-5 with the minute OBJ.
like it or not, I got some goals that I'm hitting. You hear what I'm spitting? It's hot. Look what I got. Whole lot of passion and pain. No work.
Oh, I should mute that. What if it copyright strikes me? Well,
We are about to head for our
too
last
late
match
now.
of all 4 weeks before we head into our challenge finals. And
That's tough. What do you mean?
all right, everybody, welcome back for the final time of the regular season to the Snapdragon Pro Series.
Here we go.
We're about to head to our last match of the day, the last match of all 4 weeks before we head into our challenge finals, and it is arguably the match of the season. We finally get to
Yes,
talk about
sir.
Projects versus Seminal, former LG versus former Tribe. We've seen it time and time again. We talked about it at the top of the show. Now we're gonna talk about it again. All right, Bobby, give me your thoughts.
I think that this is going to be a very competitive matchup, and I do think that the upgraded Rejects roster is one that is definitely a lot stronger than what they had at the World Championships. With that being said, I do feel like this is an upgraded Seminole roster as well. I think the fact that you have now both Tectonic and Marshy in this starting roster
That is true.
makes them very, very difficult.
Where's
to
Tech's
counter.
jersey?
And I'm not sure if Rejects are going to be up to the task, but once again, I think it's going to be close.
What the heck?
If it's 3-0, it's going to be an incredibly competitive 3-0.
I think the point on Envy, I think, is the biggest through line here for this entire story, right? Of course, you know, you look towards Rejects and they bring Envy in at the start of the season, and you immediately know, just given how much of a high-quality player Envy was on Luminosity, what he is going to bring to the table for Rejects, and he has done exactly that. He is currently their highest-performing player, and now he's going up against his former squad, and it's just like, is it going to be enough here for Rejects to beat them down? I don't know. We're of two different opinions, I think, on how we think this one is going to go. I think, well, to be fair, I think we both think Seminal are still going to take this, right? We're still on that page.
Well, I thought that Rejects were the better search and destroy team.
Yes. So.
But how would they do that in map 5 if
control? So
Oh, but if it goes to map 5.
Oh yeah, good point. 3-1. Shut up, Lauren. Shut up. 3-1 is how I think this one's going to go.
I've been quiet the whole time, so I said nothing.
You know what? I want Lauren's prediction.
Yeah. You always ask us for predictions.
Seminal.
Ooh.
Picks and bans are going to come out.
Okay.
No, this is also going off of past performance history. We literally talked
Take
about
off, Hussey.
Check out the top of the show. We talked about the last time.
Why don't you become a coach? I'm too brain dead to be a coach.
In champs, you brought up open finals, and we got to see what happened last season. Now we're looking at picks and bans, starting with takeoff.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Again, I think that there's an element of us here having to take a pinch of salt toward the previous matchups that we were talking about, but we do still have to talk about them. We talk about kind of the performance that we've seen in the past. This was one we did see back in the Season 3 matchup between these two teams, and it was one in which Tribe dominated them by the scoreline I've got here. It was like 234.
Yes.
So this is a pretty good pick to get into the series. That being said, Hussey and a Hardpoint is a mainstay here for Seminal. It's going to be difficult to take them down on that map.
I would actually favor opposite teams in that matchup. I would favor Rejects for the Hacienda. That's a map that they've taken semi-consistently off of Seminal, and Takeoff is a map that used to be a weak point for Seminal.
That Bobby plays?
They've improved drastically, and that was the one that they
No
went
way.
the board with Team Mayhem to start off the season. So I feel like early in the series, we might see things swing Seminal's way. The Express Search and Destroy is one that I know Hippo has said they feel very confident about, but Tunisia, an opportunity for, if it goes to a map 5, Rejects to potentially take the series.
Yeah, for sure. So Search and Destroy is going to be an interesting one again to see kind of how that one goes down. Tunisia is, as you said, is going to be a really strong map for Rejects because we saw them absolutely decimate Mayhem on. So should be an interesting one. And then the Raid Control, I feel like this is going to be a really, really important map in this series because the way I view this series on the whole is I think Seminal are going to take the hard points just given the improvements they've made in that mode. I do still think if we get to a map 5's Rejects will take it, but I do think Seminal are probably going to take the control as well.
Damn.
So I think this is going to go, but if we get to a map 5, I think Rejects will be fine and dandy.
I like it. I think there's a very definitive path to a 3-0 if you are Seminal, just because of the way that the maps have fallen out. I think it's unfortunate for Rejects that I would argue their two best maps are in the back half of the series, and the Raid, while you could say it's a coin flip, is one that historically Seminal just have been the better roster on.
Can you slide into their champion thing? Wait, what? Huh?
Takeoff is going to be very
What you mean, bro?
because even though Seminal
Oh,
have improved
my
very
hiccup's
drastically
gone.
there, it is
I just
one
realized.
that
Nice.
Historically, Rejects have been.
Why they losing and changing their name to Seminal? Luminosity's in org.
50 to 34 lingering in the
They didn't
back.
renew their contract, so they're Seminal
It's
now.
one that could be very, very much momentum based.
All right, well, we won't keep you waiting any longer, whether you're at home or you're our casters. I'm going to send you off to the other side of the studio so we can get into our matchup of the season. Let's see who takes this one home.
All right. We'll see what they're bringing to the table. Obviously, we kind of know the starting roster for each of the teams is... I don't think either team has a sub right now that I think...
Isn't Shotzi like LG's or Seminol's sub?
The way that they had been formatted the last couple of seasons. But it definitely, I think, has helped to build chemistry for the squads as well, just because there was a lot of uncertainty around who was going to be starting at different points. And I think we saw that even through challenge finals for that LG squad. Having Tectonic subbed out for the playoffs is not something we expected. Obviously, they were still able to handle business, but it seems like the chemistry has definitely really solidified for both of these squads, only having 5-man rosters.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, it's something that we look over towards the third.
Well, honestly, having a 5-man roster isn't bad. It's the only thing that's actually like
So, yeah, absolutely. I think having
I would see as a problem is if someone does have an emergency, or you could get burnt out if you play a lot, but it definitely helps with chemistry. Who do you think's gonna win? I say Sem takes it 3-2. But looking at the maps, probably like I don't know, 3-1.
Have that happen again come Masters, and I think for Rejects, they can't have what happened at Champs happen to them again. They have to make sure that they are being
Okay, we got 3 ARs, 2 SMGs for
is
Rejects.
huge for Rejects. Is it enough to take down rival Seminal here?
Oh, they left.
Was gonna be time.
Oh my god.
It was like,
Especially when you hit the intro.
Predator, thank you for the Tetris love.
I was so ready for the map, guys, and we got trolled.
They backed out.
Look, honestly, I'm fed up with it, mate. I'm just.
I saw Marshy first one to leave, so if you guys want to get mad at anybody,
It's Marshy's fault.
he's a two-time world champion, so we'll give him a little bit of slack. But I take it back. No slack. We want to get into the matches. No slack at all. We're ready to go. I mean, this has definitely been what the whole day has been building up to, because it was pretty quick matchups leading up to this. But you know, nice little warm up for this reject squad to get hopping into this.
Yes.
It might be to their advantage, or if Seminal had a better scrim, they may have had a better warm-up.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? We'll start talking stats a little bit here, because I think there's an insane stat line to talk about, and it's not necessarily between these two teams, but more about these two teams versus the rest of the competition. So look at the differentials for these teams as we get into the map here. We have Seminal 170-point differential in Hardpoint this season. That is absolutely insane. Reject's not that far behind, though. 134 points for them.
You even get mad at Marshy.
The best Hardpoint teams
Here we go.
to offer to North America. And you know what? Now it's time to get hyped, folks, as Rejects take on Seminal. And we are actually into the match now. I didn't want to get hyped until we were actually ready to go, but we are. And Rejects are going to kick off here with the first wave of gunfights.
That's Roballo locking in the hard point time early. Tectonic's going to get dealt with on the high ground, and he does. So now Vague looking to find a shutdown. Washi pushing on through, switching it back into the SMG role. So a couple minute changes for this Seminal squad that could potentially
Rejects starting off strong.
On the low side, gonna be able to take one down. Hotly contested is P1 so far, as Jez does get taken down right there.
Vague on the AR.
Fourth though, and it's finally going to be an opportunity for Seminole to pick up a little bit of scrap here, but once again, nothing being made easy by Rejects.
Yeah, I don't anticipate this to be one of those hard points where we're going to see a P1 that massively goes one way over the other. We're going to see a very scrappy affair here on takeoff. For
Damn, Marshy has a good angle. Roast top red while they're spawning doubles. Oh,
for full control.
he can use that?
Rejects have control of the stadium for the P2 control, and they still might, to be fair, have a good look at it. We're already seeing Jez fight for control of it. Solo going to find a double in that direction, and now it's just one player isolated. That is going to be player number 2, Tectonic. What can they get done? They have Fake from construction as well. Tectonic is the one player, if anybody, that you want to play his life, and unfortunately will not be able to, as the numbers fall in favor of Rejects. So it will be them now in control of P2 to start this hill.
Jez not going to be able to finish off the kill there, but the assist is Roballo picks up a 3-feed, and that's a big opening. He's got 8 kills on the board already. Has been one of the top players for this region squad through the entirety of the challenge season.
Oh no, Solo.
Players right there. And Seminole have not been able to find anything on P2 so far. Roballo on the top side is going to be able to find one before he gets shut down. But that's one player pushing all the way through the top side. He gets taken down, and now Seminole, 4 players to reinforce the point.
Yeah, this is a really good position now for Rejects here, as Seminole spawning out towards those back spawns. If Seminole don't even get any this time, this could be a disastrous situation, and that's why you're already starting to see them split the difference here. Yeah, Tectonic is going towards Old, and yeah, he's actually able to win one gunfight, but his job is far from done. A lot of the effort from Seminole was actually focused over by that P4 side for the rotation through that kill.
You know,
P3.
first P1 and P2, Rejects kind of go crazy. Oh, that's free. He's gonna get caught. Oh.
They are ready for this, Bobby.
Tectonic takes high ground control, but there's a war machine waiting.
Oh, he got wallbanged?
Annihilator. He does the damage by himself. Now it's banned. Looking to find something up above. He's able to do that, and a couple of kills on the low ground will find an opening for them.
Turn it up.
Though. There's S-Thug.
Is that better?
Missile flies on down, and they've got things locked down as they've already built a 55-point lead right here. Finally an opening for Seminole, but only one player.
Yeah, Vig and Marshy on AR.
He's just trying to keep some real estate cleared. He gets shut down.
This map is more AR heavy. It's like so many key angles. Also, why my voice crack like that?
On these rotations, I don't think the spawn out towards the back of P2 helps Seminole on the rotation towards P3, but certainly Rejects have been masters of control here on this map thus far. The fortunes have to change for Seminole as we get into this map. Maybe some investment coming out from the operators. You've got 3 on side and a streak, 100 killer drone to speak of. First gunfight going the way of Marshy. A couple of players still inside. It's Solo and it's Jez. You got to deal with them, but flank player now starting to come through. Watching though for the double with the Annihilator, and he deals with that perfectly. What a great read coming through from Seminal. Are they going to read the split spawns though? 3 players on one side, 2 players on the other. Here we go.
Damn, they're kind of getting smoked.
Shut down there with the equalizers, and now an opportunity here perhaps for Seminal. A couple of kills starting to come through. They're looking to try and hold on to it, and now there's a one-dimensional attack from Rejects. Seminal can read this, but do they have the numbers?
They don't, and they get shut down right there. So once again, they're forced all the way to the back, and Jez with the
big flank
right here. Raballo from
big
above.
flank.
They get picked apart, and one by one, Rejects take back the hard point, even if only for a few seconds. Typically, don't see P4 go this contested, but these two teams.
Oh my god!
Right now, Solo continues to tear through, and he's gonna find a little bit of real estate, but it looks like it should be Seminal finding scraps here as they slowly make their way back into this one.
Yeah, this was a big chunk of time for Seminal. They couldn't afford to go into the second set of rotations with just 20 to 30 points. It would have been disastrous. And to be fair, while 53 points isn't that much better, it's somewhat more palatable. There's a way back into this game. Rejects are not that far ahead, and they don't have that much more utility to work with. They haven't earned really any score streaks off the back, or kill streaks, excuse me, off the back of the first set of hard points. So Seminal still in this game. S-Thug though, the rest of the squad now want to give a go at P1. Currently, Master's just chilling inside, is already pretty weak, so won't be long for this world as S-Thug's going to take him down through the bottom of construction. Washi's able to find some damage, but not actually that much to talk about in terms of kills. And now you want to be careful if you're Seminal here in this situation. You don't want to invest too heavily into this P1 scrap time. You need to make sure
S-Thug killed himself. How'd that happen?
S-Thug takes himself down right there, so that's some missed utility, but Solo finds a 3-piece.
Oh, that Hunter Killer was wasted.
And Rejects can continue to find these little pieces.
Damn, they're kind of getting violated.
So far, Marshy on the pinch play, able to take down one, and now that's 4 down. Just like that, Seminole should be able to get the scrap time, and they've got the positioning toward top stadium right here. One player going to peek out, but it's going to be Vague hopping back in through the window. He's going to be able to deal with S-Thug in the top side, and with Marshy there to reinforce, should be an opportunity for Seminole to finally close this gap.
Raballo, though, finally pulls a 2-piece out of his bum. And now Rejects here in a position perhaps to hold on to time that really should not have been there. Seminole, they had this rotation in their favor, and now you're starting to see investment coming out from Washi. It's going to be the Annihilator. What can he do against an Annihilator from S-Thug?
Oh my god, oh my god.
Who's finding kills. It looks like the value is just so much better for Rejects here. And again, these players at this level of Call of Duty Mobile, they know how these spawns work. They know exactly where Seminole are.
Oh, that's big.
You're starting to feel a little bit of desperation if you're Seminole.
They get completely cut down right there off of a fantastic.
Yo, Seminole is looking kind of tragic.
Tectonic response with a war machine, but he gets shut down, and once again it's Rejects
Rotate
up the scraps. Seminole with a solid setup toward P3.
Dude, 100-point lead?
Perfect one, as Rejects have already built
100-point lead is absurd.
Teams. And right now, looking like they're on their way to a map 1. What can Seminole do in response?
To be fair, this is the hard point right here where they could get a full
damn, big double from Raballo. Big trade from Solo.
Pulls out one of his wondrous 2 pieces, followed up by a third, and all of a sudden, Rejects now start to put some to Seminole here. Do they even break the 100-point barrier? They're forced to invest some of their operators. The equalizers come out from Vague, and now they're going to get shut down once again. Ban finds the double. Is there any more for Seminole? No is the answer. And they're spawning in the worst possible place here towards the back of this hill, Bobby. With 30 seconds left.
What is Vague doing with AR? I don't know.
3 kills coming through.
Jez
with a Sparrow, starting to keep these guys away from the hill. Rejects just continue to find 2-piece after 2-piece.
And Rejects just
big trade.
Every single operator has been near perfect for them. So much value found out of nearly every player. They now sit up 110 points on the reigning NA champion.
No scrap? Oh, they got scrap.
Continues to blaze his way across the map. Couple more seconds of scrap time.
Dude, Raballo's going crazy.
Look at that. They've already got the setup toward P4.
And he has his op. He's used War Machine, right?
Seminole spawning in those weak side.
Oh. Oh. What?
And yes, it is. Envy's able to find 3. Close to a pred right here. Rejects.
Line them up. Line them up.
Can to close things out now.
Oh my god. Big pred.
It finds 2. Martian band. Back to the respawn point you go. Spawn out coming through now. Splits for Seminal. This has to be the perfect hit for them. Is there any investment to be talked about for Seminal?
Oh my god. Perfect claw too.
Double with the claw.
And he ricocheted onto that guy too.
Couple more players coming in from behind. One looks to
EMP just so they can't use their
rejects.
ops.
The last 10.
It's not like they have any.
Annihilator's gonna pop. He's trying to end things.
Ooh.
Here. He's gonna be able to shut
Big
him
trade.
down, but
I think it's done.
onto the point, and they've got the weak side spawns. Pinch play from Envy. Equalizer.
Equalizer? Oh my god, dude. Their off usage was beautiful.
Final kills, and Rejects put Seminal in the 100-point club.
Wow.
I was wrong.
That was
I was
not
wrong.
how we were expecting that to go at all. Rejects just slammed Seminal in the hard point. I mean, we were both wrong. I mean, I maybe thought Rejects would take the series, but I certainly didn't think this was the avenue in which they would start it. A 100-point club on take of Hardpoint, a map in which we've seen Seminal make marked improvements on this season, even if historically speaking, Rejects have been good in this.
I mean, literally everybody except for Tectonic was completely in the blender in that one. Minus 16 for Washi, minus 9 for Veg, minus 16 for Marshy. Like, those are not stat lines that you realistically ever see them put up.
Oh
Maybe
my
some struggles in
god.
Search and Destroy, but my gosh. S-Thug, Envy, Raballo, I mean, talk about a revenge game
Nah,
for
that's
Envy.
wild.
Obviously, the job's not done yet. But that is a heck.
I love
of a
Rejects
start
profile
for this
pictures.
Rejects
They're
squad.
all of their profile pictures looks very
Once again,
scary, and then you just have S-Thug with his like anime profile picture.
Finale to the challenge season is obviously we saw that these same 2 squads go at it, and it was much worse.
I think Sem lacking another AR. I believe if Mayhem don't make it, I think go pick up a player from
on this exact
Mayhem.
same map. Seems like the improvements may not have been quite as good as we thought.
Honestly, to be fair, I don't think.
Yeah,
this is
you have
necessarily
3
Seminal
SMG
bad,
players
but I think there is an
on
element of,
Seminal. You got
we compare
Band,
operating
Vague,
top
and
players,
Washi.
Seminoles just were not there in any.
And Marshy. Marshy plays sub too, bruh.
Rejects. There was real value to be found.
The
Also,
whole
I think just
team,
fundamentally
basically,
Rejects
except
on a lot
Tectonic,
of
is
the
SMG
output
users.
They were getting control. There was
Holy.
keyboards coming through. I think P3 on that second set was paramount.
Like, yeah, you have a really good AR player, but still,
Certainly
that's only just
encapsulated.
one.
We look towards,
Big
P2
pred
to
too,
P3 on the
Jesus.
first set, and that was a huge rotation from them as well.
Is
Seminal
Vague
just
global?
couldn't
Yes.
get anything going, and
This is
certainly, I think
global.
the
This is
start of
NA.
the game, the first 4 kills were so massively damaging that yeah, Seminal just felt like they couldn't get back into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rejects just insane. I also want to give a shout out to Raballo as well, because in that game I think he must have had, I think he finished there with like 41 kills, I want to say he finished with, and so many of them were clutch 2 pieces or 3 pieces to find your way in towards hard points or keep
That is
Seminal
facts.
away from hard points. Raballo, I mean, we can talk about Envy all day long, but Raballo, I mean, he was absolutely the most important player there in that game.
Yeah. Puts that much more pressure onto Seminal now to take the search and destroy as we get ready to head into Express. And once again, traditionally a map that they felt semi-comfortable in, but you gotta wonder, is that something that's going to shake their confidence? Obviously, we saw that last time around the challenge season. Started off slow in the search and destroy, coming off of brutal beating in the hard point, but they bounced back. They're going to have to do the same here.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it confidently. I do genuinely believe, perhaps delusionally so, but I do genuinely believe that Rejects are the best search and destroy team here. And,
Damn.
I think, you know, just again, given what we've seen from them this season.
But
I don't
Rejects
want
has
you
3
guys to
good
take too
ARs,
much into
that's
account
true.
The Goofy Goobers game that we saw earlier on today, but certainly the performances across the board. And I think more specifically when we look towards the search and destroy victory they had over Mayhem, that was on a Tunisia search and destroy, a 7-2 victory in which they controlled the map every single round, apart from the 2, and the only 2 rounds they gave away were clutches. That was the only reason they lost. I think it was a clutch retakes coming through from a couple of players on Mayhem. The search and destroy from Rejects has been insane this season. The differential going into today was a 5.80 plus rounds. They are winning search and destroys on average by almost 6 rounds. That's insane.
That's a crazy number. I am interested because obviously we talked about the
Oh my
dominance of that
God.
Search and Destroy on Tunisia.
Oh, it says in the
But once
Express.
again, that's a map
Ooh.
that historically Seminal have been really good on, and the one that they actually closed out the series up against that tribe roster back in last challenge season. So it's kind of tough to make predictions just based off that, because obviously the changes in the roster have definitively impacted Seminal. That was no question the shakiest hardpoint that we've seen out of them so far, but almost seems to be expected given the history between these two teams and the way that they compete whenever there's the most glory on the line.
Yeah, recently Seminal did 7-0 rejects, but
the Tundra, so that's something we expected
I don't
to
know.
see out of him.
Tundra.
Once again, the new sniper now off of cooldown. We'll see what
They should have banned it.
Get things started. We got a big engagement across mid.
Oh, what's going on? Whoa, lots of kills.
In the end, it's going to be Seminal. I was going to say that did have the better of those trades, but Amy's going to trade things back. Now it's for a 2 versus 2.
Oh.
2v1. The sniper duo left up here for rejects in this situation. And Tectonic just going to pause for a second. He's waiting for somebody from rejects to chow. But
Oh,
instead,
they're
both
giving no
players are actually
info.
gonna double up here, and Tectonic's about to walk right into this trap.
Yeah.
Envy's got sniper in hand, should be able to read this. Definitely saw him across, but
Oh,
missed
what?
the shot right there. There's the opening for Tectonic. I don't anticipate Envy's going to peek that before the regen. He's going to actually wrap back toward that A side, and now Tech with an opening to plant onto B if he wants it, but the longer he takes, the more avenue that they can make it here, and accidentally bops his gun. Doesn't look like they're going to be...
This is clutchable just because they both are using snipers, but at the same time, it's like...
a pinch player right here. The
It'd be tragic.
the information that they needed.
Yeah, flash attack is good. Tectonic doesn't have the better weapon for
Oh,
the
nah.
situation. Might have the better weapon to take some shots, but he needs to make sure he hits first because, of course, double sniper staring him down. Oh, does!
Oh,
Envy ripped off the head.
clutchable.
And now all of a sudden a 1v1. This would be a sensational start to the game. Nade cooked.
Oh, he's dead.
Have to reposition him
Yeah.
as he tries to run
I
towards
don't think
the
Tech should have
terminal.
repositioned there.
In the 1 versus 1, and rejects will feel like they're probably owed that one because, of course, we did have that little look at the beginning.
Damn.
Of this 1 versus
That was
2
so
effectively,
clutchable after he
where
got that first
Tectonic
pick.
was
Damn.
almost just sniped off before the 1 versus 2 even began.
Wow.
All right, good regain to close that one out right there. Not any major mistakes, I would say, out of either squad. Just small decisions
Wow.
that mattered in a big way. This time Seminal going to head toward the A side. Make it B, see what they can do. R9 in the hands of Vague. Not going to be able to find anything to open things up. Trades back and forth. 3v3 we go. Jez finds one more, and that's going to be advantage once again as it's all down to Washi. He's looking to find himself a 1v3. First opener does go on to Jez, but the bomb is now down over on the B side. It looks like these players are going to look to play together as they now wrap back toward the A.
Yeah, that's the big problem here. Actually, maybe is it a problem at this point? Because Washi, if you find some good timing, might just be able to run and grab that bomb and get away.
Another
Certainly
1v2?
these players here, giving them the time to get it done.
But both of them are
there's that
ARs. That's kind of
caution that
tragic.
Washi has to take in this 1 versus 2. That might well be his downfall. Has to check so many different angles. But all the more so. S-Thug, Rabalo have to be careful here. They don't want to give any kills away for free. Don't want to make this a 1 versus 1 unnecessarily. And Washi just going to rotate away straight towards...
He has time. He definitely has time to play around with.
Question is, are they going to look...
He definitely wants to get a
across that
pick
mid
before he
angle?
plants,
They have
but...
no lines of sight right now, so he's made his way all
He's already
toward that
always
opposite
ready to
side
be a
of the
bait.
map.
S-Thug is really
Floated
good.
a bomb plant right here, assuming he can get it down in time. Nobody within
You know
hearing
what? This is a-
distance. So they're very
This is
comfortable
actually
playing the
good
retake
for
right
Washi.
here. Question is, what position is he going to look to take? And it looks like the overlook is going to be where he wants to be. Sniper in hand, watching the flank right here. It's all about timing. Will he find the lines of sight? The train crosses right there. Sniper in hand.
Just hope
far
us-
away
he-
from the bomb, so
one
he's
of the
gonna
train
have to
kills
try
him.
to check soon right here. They've crossed. Nade in hand. Looking to cook right here, and they don't hop the bomb initially, but that might be perfect.
He's gonna defuse.
Rabalo should be able to stick it right there.
Bro.
Rejects take a second round.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for Washi. He looks away from the players not once but twice. And to be fair, while the second...
You know when NA playoffs from Master? I have no idea.
The player doesn't take him down. The first
I'm
most
not sure.
certainly is.
Dude, that's
Despite
tough.
the lead being cooked up, it is not in the perfect place. And rejects stick the landing on the retake. 2 rounds to the good now over Seminal, and we need to start seeing these strats being pulled out from the play.
Okay,
This might be one
that's
of
a
the
good
5
pick.
stacks straight towards A. Solo, the closest player over here. Envy already out of the play, so Solo has a hell of a lot to do. And I think this might be a
Oh, that's
double
awkward.
coming through from Seminal. Solo looking for
Oh, what is happening?
Doesn't go his way. Up close and personal, the sniper wins it.
Jez trying to find an opening, trying to find one player.
That's
to
a
take
crazy
off of that
angle.
A site. Tectonic's not going to overshell, and one player crosses into train. So the bomb.
That's a
should go
crazy
down right
angle,
here.
chat.
It's going to be a 3v5 retake. Really difficult spot for this reject squad to be. And they're
Okay, that's a
taken down
3-piece for
at
Washi this round.
should be the end of the round if they're able to play this correctly. Jez finds the opener on tech, but once again, a lot of work to do, and especially with a shotgun on the inside of
Oh,
top.
bro got
That's some
beamed.
damage dealt right there, and now a little bit more breathing room, but once again, you've got to start to move quickly, and until you take down Vig, you can't feel comfortable. Band able to take down Jez, and now Raballo all alone. Martian
Wow.
from above is able to
Is
find
that
the
thug
kill.
lagging? He keeps
And Seminal
disconnecting.
able to bring things back a little bit.
Much better from Seminal there in round number 3. Team play is perfect. They swarm the A site. They get control. Rejects without the numbers cannot make the retake work.
Objective. We got the bomb.
So they're on the board. Now, do they play the same strategy, or is it going to be a little bit of a delayed here? It feels like certainly the timing is going to be looking to throw rejects off. They're playing this one relatively passively, either waiting for somebody from rejects to get hyper-aggressive, or, again, trying to make the timing work out in their favor. I think this is probably more the latter than the former. Estug, though, going to get some bad timing. Audio Q given away to Band in the middle of the map, and Band walks away with that first blood. That does give Seminole a lot more options now.
Washi playing dodgeball with grenades right now, able to keep his...
Ooh.
What?
Threads the needle with the shot onto, I believe that was Tectonic, and just like that, things have been taken into hands for rejects, all down to Band in Martian with nothing but SMGs. It's going to be tough to work a map this big. Band's going to get shut down right there. And
That was a fast
Rejects
round.
very much in the driver's seat in this one.
Bro said, yup, I knew it, they will
Push
camp.
does not pay off one
What do you
bit
mean
for
camp?
Seminole. You gotta think they
I
have a
think
different push coming
Call
in.
of Duty mobile players use the word camp a little bit too
You feel like maybe the world is their oyster?
idiotically. Like,
Rejects now.
There's
We saw this back in round
a thing
one
called
and
playing
2.
passive.
Vade's going to win the initial joust with the R9. Estug's the only trade coming out, and it
Ooh.
goes from bad to worse here as Jez very quickly left up in a 1 versus 4. That bomb is
Do I
going
play
down,
S&D? I do play
whether he
S&D.
likes it or not.
Like, you
And
got
Jez is
you
just in a
got
really tough spot here.
thousands
It's
of
gonna
dollars
take
on the
a
line. You're
fight
not
against
camping. You're
Washi
playing
and no immediate
for the
reaction from
win,
the
bro.
last 3 players, so still possible
Casually,
for
exactly. I agree.
They're just going to back up toward the backside of B. Got one player playing the stairs heady. And if you can find a nade opening here, might be able to find something, but just so many angles to clear, and he's taking a lot of time to do this.
Well, what is he doing? He's taking way too long.
Guessing himself, and at this point, he is
Yeah, there's no
affording
way.
way too much time to the opposition. Only 16 seconds. There's no realistic way that he's able to clutch right here. And with this, Seminole should be able to draw things back a little bit once again. Just trying to see if he can find a pick, and especially with that snipe not connecting, can mark the end of the round as Seminole bounce back and take one for themselves.
And just one of those situations, like the first couple of rounds, where the opening joust, I think, really does dictate
I play
how the
global.
round is going to go. Seminole with a 4-for-1 trade,
Damn.
leave Jez isolated. So this has been a very close search and destroy so far. Seminole have managed to grab away 2 offensive victories from rejects. This is their last effort before we switch sides. And it is once again that slow but sure work here, and it works out perfectly as Tectonic just going to wait for Estug to cross his path. Raballo gets away with a free kill against Vague and no immediate trade though, so it's not the end of the world for rejects just yet, but they have to be careful about what Seminole might be cooking up through the middle of the map towards A.
Ooh, big kill for Raballo. Takes the advantage back to rejects. Bomb still in hand for Tectonic, and he's going to be able to find the pick right there. So now we've equalized. They wrap back towards spawn. So he starts to throw a look over toward that B side. Big engagement right here. It's going to be Solo up against Washi, but Washi turns, able to get the information there, and with that, Seminole have retaken the man advantage. Marshy, that bare minimum, has information onto one player, and it looks like a full collapse over onto the A side.
Yeah. Clearance being made there by Washi. Recognize the hate. Nobody's home at A. Let's go get this bomb down. Definitively flip the situation into our favor. And that's going to be the case now. Mashi for the small little jump up here. I think wants to try and outposition players that might be coming through towards that locker's side. And it is going to be a split effort here from Jez and Envy. They've switched, or Envy switched away from the sniper rifle towards the DRH for this round. And Envy has to try and play all sneaky like towards the back. Washi's just spotting him out. Should be an easy kill, maybe not. Actually, Envy's gonna win the gunfight. Washi misses 2 quick scopes.
Unfortunate.
2v2. Time is still not
2v2?
really on their side though. This collapse has to happen.
Oh, what is that? Run, run, run.
Tectonic now just wants to try and play his life as much as humanly possible. Up top, Marshy finds one.
He's not clutching this.
Envy, all you gotta do here in this situation is jump on the bomb. The first kill is good.
Oh.
She's there to close it out though.
3-3, this is close.
Tough again, time and lives just not on their side, despite that first kill coming through against Washi.
This is really close.
Well played by Marshy. As long as you keep somebody in that top tower position alive, it's going to be so difficult to find a defuse down below, and he's able to play time well enough to get the round there for Seminal. So now we're tied up 3 rounds apiece. Definitely looking like a thriller of search.
Oh my god, why are they all there?
Here the question is, are they going to read solo? And more than likely the answer will be no. So the shotgun does the opening damage, and all Seminal players should be forced back right here. They continue to throw utility at it to see if they can get anything to connect, but
dude,
they continue to peek one by one and feed the kills.
Like whack-a-mole for Solo. Reposition from Washi is to try and get Solo out of position, but the damage might be done here in this round. Tectonic and Washi looking for a way into the site. They get one. Envy goes down, and there is no immediate trade. I think
that's
being a little bit cagey.
What? He gets that? Wow, if I was Solo, I'd be pissed.
And all of a sudden, a 2 versus 4 is down to a 2 versus 2. Players pushed away.
Oh, big kill.
Jez, though, has the snipe. Now the 1v1.
Oh my god. Ninja?
Tries to bait the player out, and the shot's not that good from Esther.
Okay, that was so messy, but good enough.
And goodness gracious,
which one is Tribe? Rejects.
Much closer than it needed to be.
Seems like Washi, even though he's got 9 kills, still trying to get a feel for the Tundra. A lot of shots that we're used to him hitting that just have not connected at multiple points in this one. Rejects retake the lead right here. And
Estug's AFK?
For this Rejects
yeah, I figured Estug was lagging because he kept disconnecting. Dude's AFK.
Out of the action for a little bit right here, so
oh, he's back.
Could afford a little bit more map control to Seminal. With Washi getting taken down off the start and them getting the bomb down early, should be another opportunity for Rejects to capitalize. What does Seminal have in the retake?
Maybe Estug being on a delayed pinch here might actually be pretty helpful for them if they can time this correctly. Might be a bit of a late help for Rejects on site. Envy going to tag one though. That's going to send Vague into the train. Solo is there and wait to pick up that kill. Good trade from Marshy inside lockers, but Envy with these quick scopes, it's disgusting at this point. And yeah, I called it. Estug on the late flank. Marshy didn't quite expect it. All that leaves Band up for a 1v4 with no time to make this work whatsoever. Rejects, unconventional, but they get it done. And Envy a big factor in that round.
Was the best sniper on that LG squad not sniping the entire time? Envy pulling out the sniper, 11 kills on the board, and now 2 rounds against his old team. The revenge arc is
Envy's really good on the sniper.
Started right here is. Once again, when you let Solo get pushed up into the top side of this A building, nothing is going to be easy for you on the defense. He's able to push all the way through. And it looks like there should be an avenue for Rejects to make their way onto A. Obviously, one sniper overlooking. That is going to be Washi. Do they have a counter?
Envy has so much to do here. This round might entirely rest on his shoulders, whether or not he's able to read a flank happen from Seminal. But Seminal here, going to disseminate that flank. Vague now the only one on the attempt. They instead choose to reinforce players over towards the A side. And so for Rejects, the hope that they could get the first blood before making the move forward is now no longer realistic, especially as Solo goes down here. So now they've got to try and find another way through this round. Vague on the other side of this wall. Jez, easy does it, gets the pixel, has seen the player, but Vague has the much better weapon here.
The question is, did Vague see him? And it definitely seems like he should have. No reason for him to over-aggress right here. And like you said, with R9 in hand, he can just sit back and wait.
I love R9, but I feel like it should be banned. It should be.
Have nothing to work with. A little bait shot right there. See if he can force him out.
Oh!
He plays it to perfection. Jez drops
what the hell?
Raballo, maybe look down, brother.
Oh, what was that? Raballo just like
down, and now 2 players remain for Rejects. Envy trying to get the quick scope to connect, but No value found for him with only 17 seconds left. Seems
Hello,
like they've
lady.
all but chalked the round as Envy
That's
drops.
good, Candy.
Though, just playing
You
for a
just, like,
couple
drop
additional
shotted
kills
on him.
right here. Thought for a second that he was
Ooh.
just going to feed the kill over to the train, but
5-4, this is
big there to
close.
close out the round.
Yeah, that train's been on a rampage this season for sure. But it's not going to find a kill here. Back and forth we go. Seminal chasing the tail of Rejects in this one.
Defend the objective. They have the bomb.
Rejects just trying to bait out Seminal in so many of these offensive efforts. That one did not work. This time around, seeing Seminal getting very aggressive through the middle of the map. Envy's just seen Washi, but the initial shot is going to be missed.
Ooh.
1v1, the jump shot from Envy is good. Now numbers in favor of Rejects here. It's been a brilliant
Bro got better
start, and they
ping.
are going to capitalize on it.
Question is, do they know Vegas here? And yes, indeed. Jez able to take him down.
You see,
So
Ban
now
and Vic
two
are actually
players out of the
attacking
equation for
players, and
Seminal.
they're playing so
The
passive.
question is, what can Ban do? The answer is absolutely nothing. Now on to Tectonic.
They also
and
have aggressive
Marshy.
players,
Trying
like
to clutch
Solo.
up Marshy looking to find a
And
pinch in the
Jez.
mid. Tectonic's taken down one, but so many different angles he has to constantly check. And S-Thug hits the flank
Oh.
right there. Solo's already done the damage though. Marshy should
Timing.
have been spotted by Jez. He is indeed
Oh.
in rejects. Now one round
Imagine he turned on him.
away from taking the lead here in the series.
I love that from Rejects. You get that first blood, you
What's this? I've never seen this
capitalize on
before.
it.
This is Snapdragon Pro
And you send
Series.
Seminal into kind of a frenzy,
Seminal is
but they
old
don't know what
LG,
to do,
Rejects is
especially
old
if they
Tribe.
lose Vague. The round just falls further and further away from them. Rejects have been phenomenal at capitalizing on these situations, and it feels like they might be given one again. Seminal have gone for a huge gambit here. 4 players straight towards B, only one to contest with, and it's probably the worst possible player you want to deal with because it's Solo, who is ready for any potential flank as soon as this bomb goes down.
Tectonic trying to find that player that's made their way into the bomb site. Can't find any lines of sight on those players over top of A as well, and it's going to be a tough position for a 5-man retake, but Washi's going to be there to open things up. Still one player remaining in the top side. Vague takes control of train right here with Marshy getting that trophy down below. He's got somebody to overwatch from above. It's got to be Rabalo there to take him down, but Tectonic is there.
What the
to save
hell?
his life, single-handedly taking care of Marshy, and he's going to be able to close out the round to keep things
Oh my
alive
God.
for Seminal a little bit longer.
Oh my god, 6-5, it's so close.
Rejects here in this situation.
Let's go, OT, bruh.
6-5 up now.
I'm from where? From Canada.
Could well close it out on this one. And it's going to be straight back towards A here, Bobby.
All right. They get aggressive toward the A side once again. It's going to be Seminole sitting back and obviously pressure onto Washi to find that opening play. He's the one overlooking onto the site, not going to be able to find the crosser. So Rabalo should be able to get the plant down, but they've taken out the trophy. Utility goes across, but not in time to take down any of these rejects players. Envy pushing back. Little duo flank watch right here. Ban gets hopped over the top side, and Marshy looked like he was going to have an angle, but Jez reads it once again.
Ooh.
Rejects such phenomenal response. Band looking for additional.
Ooh, this is gonna be a
He's
big
gonna be able
flank.
to hop to the top side. They show audio cues right here. 17
They watched
seconds
them.
worth
They saw
of
him.
Tectonic takes down another player, and now down to the 2 remaining. Solo's going to be able to find the first, but can't find the second, and Washi connects for the snipe.
Oh, I think he won.
He won Tectonic versus Jez, and not enough time to work with.
Oh,
Jez
it's
to be able
done.
to take down the diffuser.
No way.
And Rejects take the map.
Wow, Rejects is
Significantly
looking
closer than what we've
nasty.
seen before from Rejects in Search and
I
Destroy.
predicted they would win
Search and Destroy
S&D, but
players
not
got
a
no
hard
further
point,
than
so this
9
is
rounds. The
crazy.
Rejects taking it 7-2. This one, Seminal, of course, are going to push them the distance all the way to a 7-5 victory for Rejects.
Why does it say 1-1?
So many of those
It's
rounds
2-0.
were close. So many of those rounds came down to clutch situations. I don't think we would expect anything different there.
You guys will likely notice that the score behind us says 1-1. And if I've heard
What?
correctly, I believe there was a restricted skin that was used
Oh.
by Rejects
No.
in that map. So it is,
No.
despite the outcome of the search
Are
and
you
destroy going
serious?
now
That's
tied
so
1-1.
cringe, bruh.
And that's going to be a sigh of relief for that Seminole
That's
squad,
so
as it
cringe,
definitely
bro.
felt very much like the series was slipping away from them.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn, that is...
Bro,
That is so,
Rejects
so
got DQ'd for the map because
wow.
they used the skin that was
That's really
banned. That's
frustrating, I think, for Rejects
tragic.
on the whole. I mean, nobody's blame but themselves. But at the end of the day,
Feels bad. Actually feels
I think
bad.
that's really frustrating. I
But
think
it
just
is what
because
it
obviously
is.
we talked about the search and destroy, what Rejects have been bringing to the table, and the way that this series has gone so far for them, winning the hardpoint in the way that they did, following up with search and destroy, and performing how they should have done. And now it's 1-1 in the series, so things will be a lot more tense from this point out. Hey, at least at this point, Bobby, we're right with how we thought the series would go right now.
Yeah, it's it has been super
So tragic.
competitive, and puts that much more pressure onto our swing map and that raid control.
So tragic,
I
chat.
felt pretty
So
confident
tragic.
heading into
Easy
this series.
7-win W.
Seminal would be able to take it, but with the way that this one has
Seminal
gone
was
so far,
chilling, bro.
I feel like most of my
I'm
confidence
curious
has pretty
what
much
they
gone
used
out
was
the window.
banned.
Seminal have looked probably the most discombobulated that we've realistically ever seen. Obviously, you got to give credit.
Maybe a legendary
to
nade? I'm
Rejects
trying to
and the way
look.
that they've performed, but it hasn't looked like an uber confident Seminal squad from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know if it's confidence at the moment, because I think the confidence is still there. I think at the moment they're just trying to figure out a way to get around Rejects and the way that they're playing, because this new Rejects roster I think certainly is revitalized from what we've seen in the past. This is, you know, again, previously in the past, Tribe have been a competitive roster with LG back when that happened. Obviously, we, you know, despite the fact that LG won the last 3 matches against Tribe.
Wait, chat, who
now
used
that
Rose Rook?
Seminals and Tribe are Rejects. I think Rejects now with Envy on side just look like a much better roster, and I think there's so much more put together than they have been in the past. So I think Seminol's still trying to figure out kind of ways in which to respond to what Rejects are bringing to the table. But now it is 1-1 in the series after that search and destroy. So again, Rejects do not end up walking away with the victory. But now we move into a control.
There a big difference
I
in
believe it's going to
skins?
be raid control. And this one, at least in
Okay,
my
okay,
mind,
okay.
just
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
purely based
Rose
on the
Rook is
map, I
definitely
think
pay to
this
win,
does
chat.
ultimately
Like,
favor
I'm
Seminal
telling
because
y'all,
this
this
is a
skin
really
is
strong
hard to hit. And it's like blending in,
I
bro.
don't know.
I
feel
get
like my
it. I get why
expectations are
it's
just kinda
banned.
out the window at
But
this
like,
point,
it's been banned for
'cause,
so long, so I don't know who used it. It's
like,
been
I
banned
felt
for
like the front half
ages,
of the
bro.
series was the one that they were going to be strongest on,
And no,
that most
a skin
certainly
is
was
not
the
just a
case,
skin.
especially
If you have a
with the
Rose
takeoff.
Rook
So,
versus like
they've
a
gotta
fat,
take
like
back some of that
big,
momentum for
colorful
sure.
skin with a backpack,
Obviously,
then obviously like, it's
taking them out
different.
via DQ will do something, but it's not something that you can feel super confident about because you've still yet to legitimately win a map, you know? Like, obviously a win is a win, but you have not taken one by outplaying your opponent.
Yeah, for sure. I think that confidence is still going to be there for Rejects as well, and you already talked about it, especially as you get into the second half of the series, when we start to get towards the Tunisia Search and Destroy or the Hacienda Hardpoint. It's like, well, hold on a second here. Rejects have been really good on these maps, and it does become, right, look, we've lost one map. It's fine. It might be frustrating, and, you know, we shouldn't have lost it, but at the end of the day, we've got a really good second half of the series coming through here. So, for me, you know,
It's been
I
banned
still
for
stand
ages,
by
chat.
what we've kind of talked about earlier on before we got into this series.
It's
and
not
this
hard to
raid
hit.
control
Fuck,
really
no one
does
even
feel like
used
it. Could
it.
well be everything, especially
What?
now that Seminal,
What are you talking about?
one way or another, have an into this series.
What is
And,
bro
yeah,
yapping
I mean,
about? If
Rejects
no
go
one
2-1
ever even
down, it
used
gives
it,
them
how'd
a
they get
chance to maybe
banned?
steal one of those maps away towards the back half of the series, and this could still be a Seminal victory.
It might have not been Rose
Alright.
Rook, but they could have got banned
Well,
for
just
something
waiting
else.
for
I think one of the
players
goofy
to,
things
get
that
ready,
are
and then we should be good for the
banned, which I
control,
think
but,
shouldn't be banned, is like legendary nades.
man,
Legendary
Rejects just look
flashes,
absolutely phenomenal,
understandable.
and it's not any one
But legendary
individual
nades,
player
bro,
that I
question
think you can
mark?
necessarily attribute it to. I think you do have to get a lot of credit to Envy because he was huge on both maps for them.
Definitely.
And obviously this is a matchup that's probably more important to him than anybody else between the two squads. But just across the board, great consistency for that Reject squad.
Well, I mean, that's a really good point. It's a really
Yeah,
good,
Rose
top
Rook
point.
is
I don't know
definitely
if
pay to
we've really
win.
talked about enough for Envy, for a player who, you know, made the jump from Seminal to Rejects or LG to Tribe. Or
That's
at the start of the
tragic, because
season.
now
That's a
Seminal
massive
has
jump for a
defense
team
first
that
on
was,
control.
you know,
Oh my
ultimately and
god,
still
bro.
are some
Right.
of one of the best teams here in the world, and probably the best team in North America predominantly. It's a huge jump to go to the #2 team that maybe wasn't as competitive with the rest of the world. So yeah, definitely massive risk for Envy, and it's worked out so far. At the start of this round, it is working
Oh
out perfectly.
my
It's 3 unanswered
God.
kills, make that 4. Go the
Reject
way
better
of
not lose
Rejects.
this. Dude, I feel bad for
Attempted
Rejects,
a late
dog.
flank by way of
They were playing
FaZe,
so
it's a
good, too.
response. Rejects now going to be somewhat stunted in what they can do, but they are just winning the gunfights.
Well, there's Marshy picking up one. Another for Washi. And it looks like B should be
Oh my god, that's
completely
Thug.
locked in.
Solo,
Attempt to contest right
PKM.
here. They're actually able to clear things off. So that equalizes the lives a good bit. And
Okay,
that
Marshy
progress
took
will
on
be
the
completely wiped
rotation.
away. Naturally Rejects hit the wrap back toward the A side right here. See what they can find. Tectonic able to clear off one. Raballo trade right there, and Jez is still
Oh,
gonna get
what?
down,
That's a
but not quite
choke?
enough ammo in that window. Solo's looking to do it all by himself now. On
Wow,
the
they have
hard
2
point,
ticks
but
on both
he's gonna get
points.
pinched as well. So
They have 2 ticks on both points and the lives are even? That's actually insane. What mode is this? Control.
Rejects are gonna hit the wrap back toward B, and just like that, they
Wow,
only
wow,
need
wow.
one more tick of progression for them to be able to lock in this round.
I think right there in that little sequence of events, you kind of start to understand why we consider raid control so offensively sided, right? Because of the way the spawns work. If you so heavily defend the B point, you're going to allow rejects a chance to transfer straight over towards A, and that is exactly what happens there for them as they go back and forth between the points. 2 ticks of progression already made on A.
Wow.
They just need 1 hit, and this will be a round for them. Vague and Tectonic, though, not allowing it to happen just yet. Rejects, if anything, kind of just need to waste time for the player on the flank to actually do something, and I think that just kind of all goes awry here as S-Thug goes down. Seminal doing a
big.
good job on the defense at this point in time, but it is, again, very tentative. It only requires 1 break at this point.
War Machine.
War Machine's out.
Early for Raballo, but he gets taken down.
Nah,
That goes
nah,
completely
it's a good
waste.
War Machine.
And Seminal doing a
If he got
phenomenal
kills
job
with it,
holding the
obviously,
line.
but
One
yeah.
player does get taken down, and you gotta
Ooh,
get on point
Washi.
ASAP of Washi. The snipes are hitting now. One player
Oh,
make
big
it
double
2
from
shut
Jez.
down. That's 3 players in the vicinity, and they can hop on and try to stack it right
Oh.
here. But the response out of Seminal.
This is so messy.
Are they
Holy
gonna
crap.
Be able to hold off the final push. Raballo hops the point. Not a whole lot of life to work with. Tectonics, War
Yo,
Machine
Seminal
comes
bounce
out.
back. Rihanna
And
on
they
rejects?
should've
No.
won the final kill. Still a minute 10 to work with, but now down 3 lives. What can you make out of it? Jez on the pinch play toward that kitchen area. S-Thug finds 1, but now down to 3 players remaining for rejects.
And how on earth has Jez played his life in this situation? Marshy just
Wow,
ran straight past him.
well
Maybe the
played.
information was handed off to a teammate. Maybe that trust was there.
How's Jez still alive?
Jez might still be a hidden weapon here. Marshy goes on the hunt for him, and yeah, was not expecting that whatsoever. So this is still possible. 40 seconds on the clock here for Jez and Envy to navigate this. Envy about to earn the claw as well. Jez already has their weapon in the back pocket. It's going to be the Sparrow. So an investment could be made if they want to. Utility going out to try and get a feeler here on both sides. A bit of noise being made. Envy looking over towards the basketball court, gets caught for money, and now there's just way too many different angles to look. Jez for a 1v4. It's still possible. Out towards the point. Pre-fire from Vague, though. Now shots through the wall as well. Jez surely dead to rights here, and he will be. Ban will close things out. I tell you what, they're Seminal. They will breathe a sigh of relief at the end of the round because the way that one started, rejects were dominant.
That was
very
lockdown
close.
defensive setup on A, and especially with 2 players remaining, it would have taken near perfect shots out of rejects to find an opening there. Solo, once again, looks like the LMG off spawn is going to be kind of a go-to strategy just to information check across Zig. And it's going to be a full send over to the A side for Seminal to see what type of progress they can find, but Solo reads it. It's going to be 1 player taken down early. Envy finds another. A solid response out of this reject squad as only 1 player remains. Looks like it's going to be Vague, and he's taken down, so all progress wiped away. Washi just looking for picks, but they will hit the wrap back toward B. At least Band will as he finds 2.
I kind of like this from Rejects, though. They didn't fully invest into it. They left 1 player over by B who could still disrupt what Band is bringing to the table. And yeah, S-Thug does exactly that. And even S-Thug's just presence over there by the driveway influences the spawns enough that Seminal don't get that much of a convincing hit towards B immediately.
Ooh.
I was going to be a bit worried there for Tectonic. I thought Tectonic was going to do some serious damage over by A, but no matter. He now joins his teammates back over towards B. Investment now coming out from Washi. It's the annihilator he can do.
Unfortunate.
He's going to get shut down.
Yeah,
It's
what is
not
with the
fully
PKM?
convincing
Like,
just
do I
yet
not know?
here.
Do I not know the
Rejects still
secret?
have a
What's
hand over
happening?
This point. A couple of kills now starting to come through from Tectonic.
They could give up
the
B,
latter of which
but
has pulled out the equalizers to ensure that this B
they
point
need some
does
map
go their
control.
way. And I think at this point for Rejects, I want to see them just move straight across over towards A. There is no point investing any more into this. B is being captured, but Vague wants to brute force his way through Laundry. He picks up the kill. Now decides the best way to help his
kitchen?
team out is to wrap back around through
Kitchen,
the
kitchen,
open
kitchen.
steps
Yeah,
and
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
correct.
And he's going to take kitchen control right there. S-Thug turns. Will he find the information? No, he will not. He gets taken down instead. And there's a lot of map control right here as Vague's going to be able to lock down money window. and they've got players on the objective.
Ooh.
What can they do in response? Raballo gets shut down. Vague's been able to earn streaks.
Go streaking.
The equalizer. They pull out all their operators, but that's an Annihilator taken out. Raballo's going to get shut down. Envy Claw out right here. What can he do? Finds one, but it's not going to be enough as they still sit down 4 lives. And until Band is dealt with, no avenues for them to make their way on. Raballo's going to use the War Machine. There's no time for them to get on the objective. Solo's going to be there, but they're up 5 lives right now. Estug gets shut down, and a lot of wasted utility for Rejects trying to hold that round.
You can just smell the desperation in the play. When those kind of utility come, oh hey guys, how you doing? When that kind of utility comes out to play,
What?
It's like, did something go wrong with the game? Are we good? When that kind of utility comes out there towards the end, you can tell they desperately want to win that round, and it just does not happen. That being said, there is a fair amount on the other side as well. You see the investment of a Predator missile coming out from Seminal, so not all is perfect, but it does result in a 2-0 start coming out from Seminal here in this control. But they have been close rounds. Rejects have just been beaten to the punch in lives every single time. And now we need to see the solid start. Rejects needs to come out flying into this round, and Solo wants it. You can definitely tell he's already picking up some kills and trying to cause some carnage on the flank. He's fighting more as well. Finally, gonna get shut down. Investment from Estug with the Annihilator on the other side, and he only finds one. Again, not the most desirable usage of it, but you know what? If it works, and B is in their favor.
And if you're Seminal, like, given the amount that's invested right there, the fact that you're only down 5 lives, not the end of the world. Given the way that they were able to lock down that A side, you know they're capable of doing it. You just can't let the lives slip too far out of control. Bawashi's going to get shut down right there. They pretty much lose all their kitchen control, and Raballo's going to find Vague with the Hunter-Killer. Band still yet to be dealt with, trying to make sure they maintain those top steps control. Flashbang to check for information on the inside of kitchen. He's going to see what he can find.
Envy got clapped.
Envy there gets taken down, and Washi not able to take Raballo for that secondary kill. And he's going to earn a Pred missile right here and calls it in early to take down Tectonic.
You know, I don't hate it because Tectonic was in a position that was actually being really frustrating for the Rejects because he was making the spawn further back than they otherwise would desire, given that bedroom positioning. So it's not the end of the world. Actually, a pretty good utilization of the Predator.
Just has a crazy spot.
If the life disparity that they have on hand at the
What
moment,
is that?
maybe you could have used it better later on down the line.
Rejects is kind of cooking, yeah.
Rejects, they're now knocking at the door here. Seminal.
They're up by a lot of lives. They just need to go for kills. I mean, not go for kills. They pressured them. Oh, big flank. Big double.
And you can't let this happen here, Seminal.
Trades. They're
They're
down lives, but it's really good for Rejects.
Surely this is impossible.
Yeah, Vague's gonna get red right here, able to find one, even if he had made it two.
It wasn't enough, yeah.
Tall task for
They needed like 3 kills each, bro.
4v11. They look to hold the line.
What the hell?
Doesn't realize Marshy's gonna be in there even after the flash connects. Now all
they know he's money.
remaining players. It's gonna be a 2v10 if they're gonna make anything out of it.
Ooh.
The Marshy not able to connect for the kill shot right there, so he's
Roche is going in.
And he's very content to give away the life, make sure they maintain that tick advantage. And Rejects stay alive in the series.
Rejects switch team, Tribe.
If you're Seminal,
Old Tribe.
Ultimately, right? I mean, you look at the operators you've now got inside. You've got one for every single player. You didn't want to allow Rejects to earn any more towards the back half of that round, so may as well just give away your life to ensure the round is over before any more of that progression can occur. Now Seminal, at the start of this round, they want to close things out. It's going to be a War Machine for War Machine play. Raballo and Tectonic all finding value, but Tectonic is finding more. He picks up a couple of kills. Marshy isn't actually finding all that much with the claw. He's just firing the shots off into the void, but this is a heavy investment coming out from Seminal at the start of the round. They really want to drive this one home with a life disparity. And what is the response from Rejects? They're going to play this one super passively. I love this. This is the perfect counter for what Seminal have been bringing to the table.
Especially when you see 3 operators come out. If you can take that much utility off the table and it doesn't cost you any lives, you'll take that any day of the week. Marshy going to be able to find 2 inside kitchen. There's another for Washi right there. So now Seminal have taken control of the lives, and they make some wrap up toward that top laundry side. One player's already crept through in the inside of kitchen, and then Nade connects for Band. Looks like it was perfectly cooked right there. Just like that, they set up 4 lives.
Yeah, they were setting themselves up for the Zim spawn trap towards the back there. They actually have to kind of wrap back momentarily here, and indeed that spawn trap isn't quite as perfect as they otherwise would have liked, especially now as the second player. Does he actually get away? Vague now going to utilize the equalizers though over by jungle, so the pressure still feeling pretty on here. Seminal starting to get these kills towards the backline, and yet Rejects don't manage to bring that spawn trap to fruition. Now Vague starting to earn some time here. Wants some more kills.
That's so awkward. That's so awkward. What the hell?
Runs out of time with it. It's okay though, because Ban
What?
is here to pick up 3.
What is bro watching?
How on earth does that happen? And now Rejects are in
Oh my god, they're
trouble.
falling apart. Oh my god, Rejects selling.
Set up in their spawn.
Beamed, bro.
He finds Envy as well. Earns a pred.
Great pred too.
And keep his life.
And he's still alive?
So Reject's still gonna have to deal with Tectonic.
Kill him, bro, please. Jesus Christ.
Down, but the life lead has built
This man's
all
dropping
the
a
way
30
to
bomb, bro.
19v7. Solo gonna get shut down off of his equalizer. They're throwing everything they can at it.
Yeah, I think Estug is lagging because he disconnected 3 times on
They get the
SMD.
objective captured, and Seminal take another round to take the advantage in the series.
And now back to us. After Seminal just won that control. Beautifully done, I think, on the whole there. And I think even the round they gave away was a tactical play. You know, ultimately, fair play to Rejects for winning the round. But again, even the decision towards the back half of the round to be like, you know, we're going to lose this round regardless. Let's not invest any more into it. Let's just hold ourselves for what was a brilliant start to the subsequential round in which they had full operators. And that just goes to show, again, why Seminal are one of the best teams in the world here, is they just come out and play really well off the back of what was a not so nice first couple of maps in the series.
Yep. Crazy numbers for Tectonic. 28 and 12.
Damn.
Just having a field day on that map.
Yeah, I think Estug's lagging.
Definitely lifting the spirits for the Seminole squad, who, yes, they might be up in the series, but in the back of their minds, got to be thinking, like, that's the first map that we have actually won up against a Reject squad that has looked absolutely terrifying for the entire day. So now we get ready to head into a Hacienda that traditionally Tribe/Rejects have looked really strong on, have managed to take off of Seminole in seasons past. And even despite their struggles here in the raid control, I feel like have got to be feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, for sure. Rejects, I will say, just going back to this control here as we look towards the highlights, that, you know, ultimately they didn't play that control that badly. I think the fundamentally what they were doing was fine. Seminole just, I think, at the end of the day, outplayed them, especially towards those first couple of rounds where it did come down to a life disparity between the two teams, where perhaps Seminole were just doing better in the 1v1s when it mattered, getting all of the important gunfights in their favor. It was when I think we got to rounds number 3 and 4, that's when it started to feel like Seminole
That is
had
unfortunate.
more control, even with the loss over towards round number 3.
I heard Estug is playing from the back of a moving truck.
And using them at
What
the right
the
time.
hell?
It was a perfect round from them. So Seminole will be happy, but as you said, we go on a map
That's
number 4 where,
insane.
again, Rejects have really upped their game this season, especially.
Where's
I think,
LG?
again,
It's Seminole.
look towards what happened between them and Mayhem on this map, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
How do people not
It's,
recognize like
it's gonna be
Seminole's roster? It looks
very
very
interesting to
similar
see.
to LG's roster.
Obviously, Tectonic playing the way he is, that's great, but you got to have everybody on the same playing field if you're going to have a chance to go toe-to-toe with the Rejects. Washi, a little bit shaky in his performances so far today, I think, especially looking at the respawns. I think put up less than a 0.5 there in the, even though they won, and very rough numbers in the Hardpoint as well. So still figuring out the feel for this new squad. Obviously, there's changes in roles, players doing different things that they're not necessarily used to. But right now, Seminole got to step up to the plate. Obviously, they've got an opportunity to close out the series, but if it does go to a Tunisia search and destroy, could be very up in the air based on what we've seen out of Rejects so far this season.
Yeah, for sure. And again, you know, I think the thing we underestimate maybe to an extent is how much kind of VOD review these guys will have done on each other. If we do go to that Tunisia search and destroy, you got to imagine that Seminole have sat there, watched again that Mayhem versus Rejects Tunisia search and destroy to see what on earth happened there to Mayhem, why they were not competitive in that whatsoever. And they will adapt to it. So if we get to it, I think it should be interesting to see whether or not that has been the case. For now, though, it's going to be a Hacienda Hardpoint where both of these teams have found success this season thus far.
I'm saying
It's
Rejects
been a
takes this
constant
250,
mainstay
200,
for us here on the casting
and 20.
desk for good reason. It's an enjoyable time every
250,
single
220
time. And
Rejects.
hopefully
Let's
sends
get
us to
it.
a game 5.
I know they use QQ9. QQ9 is garbage, bruh. Why would you use the QQ9 when you got the Fennec? Look at him. See?
So that's full topside control, especially with Vague locking in that kill. Should be fairly easy for Seminole to lock in some hardpoint time. Stress-free, and Wash, he turns and burns onto Raballo right there. But just like that, 4 kills in the feed for Rejects, and they're trying to see what they can do up against this initial push for Seminole. 1 player on the objective. But still topside control is there for Seminal, but doesn't seem to matter as Rejects picking up all the kills.
Oh my
the feed has
god.
gone completely yellow.
Is this a best of
Rejects in a
5?
really good spot, but
Yes.
maybe not so much for the rotation here. This is a early give up for Seminal
Ooh.
over by P1. They've given up a lot of rotation, a lot of control. They haven't fully got
Yo,
control
Marshy
of it just yet, though.
gliding.
One player going to slip the net. That's
Gliding.
Jesse, after finding 1 kill, will inevitably
ice
get
skating.
hunted down. So Seminal, they are putting a lot in towards this rotation towards P2 to make sure that they can hold it. Spawns can be a little bit janky sometimes here.
Dude,
on
the
Hacienda,
spawns are
when you're gonna see that right
whack,
there.
yo.
Player spawning in the back line is going to be S-Thug. How much damage can he do? And he finds the first kill. Big 1v1.
Oh, big kill from Envy.
And Envy finds it, and now the pinch play is
Oh my
on.
god, the pinch.
Marky
Look at the
has to
map.
at least one
Aw,
gunfight
rip.
here in the back line, and to be fair, as those back spawns start to come through from Seminal, that play from Rejects completely falls apart.
He sees players spawning in that backside, but Band was able to keep them distracted so long that Seminal have been able to lock the lead back in. Rabalo's going to be able to push through the front, and once again, solid feed for Rejects, but Tectonic going to get shut down right there, and once again,
Damn,
set
Rejects
full
actually
reset.
broke that? Wow.
Rejects locking in a nice chunk right here. Solo does get read by Band, but forced back to regen right here, and once again, with 3 players stacked on the point, needs to be a huge feed. Vague's going to be able to find one, does damage onto another. So the scraps will be here for Seminal. Nobody going to look to contest, but a foot race toward P3. Looks like they should arrive at similar times, but it will be Seminal arriving in the top side initially, and one should have barn control here. So if they can find these opening kills, could be a huge start.
This is a massive rotation from Seminal, especially as they got the Belloc over by P2 side, and for the most part, they are winning the gunfights as well. Band opens up for the first couple of kills. Jez, what can he get done? Absolutely nothing. Envy's going to find 2 on the other side here, so these guys just continue to butt heads time and time again until something will break it, and Tectonic here is going to be that man. Finds a couple with the War Machine already. Does he read the back spawn here from S-Thug? Going to go for the check. I don't think he actually necessarily saw it. S-Thug is able to do a little bit of damage. Is it enough perhaps to prevent an opening for Rejects? The answer is yes. Rejects actually going to be able to find their way through now. Solo for a double. Back and forth we go on this hard point. Rejects are fighting tooth and nail to keep Seminal
double?
away from it,
Ooh.
especially with the investment of the War Machine.
It's so
Seminal
weird
have to
seeing him
have to get a lot of
on,
time.
seeing Vig on
And
like
the DRH
AR.
is
Like what the hell?
absolutely cooking right now for Seminal. Leading the way are Tectonic and Vague. Band with 11 kills to his name as well. It looks like Rejects saving up for a big P4 right here. 4 operators charged and ready to go. Some utility
Wait, what?
available for Seminal. We'll see what they have.
Is he
in
using
their
the CX?
responses. It's once again a big 1v1 on the point.
Is he using the
and
burst
it
or
will
just the
be
regular
Rejects
50
finding
round?
the opening. Unfortunately, 4 players here to collapse, and one of them's got a purifier in hand.
Ooh.
That's finding one to open
Ooh.
things up. S-Thug should be taken out off the burn damage.
How's he
Actually
not?
gonna stay
Oh, yeah,
alive
there.
Right there. But he will get dealt with via nade. And now Jez gonna pop the Sparrow right here to see what he can find. Solo tries to hop the top side, gets shut down. Vague, equalizer, what can he find? He'll hold the line
CX
for the
50
time
round?
being.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say the burst is
Needs to
banned.
find some value.
Oh my god,
Who's he
Rejects
gonna
is
find?
selling.
That's the question. Vague is already being a nuisance with the equalizer, and he's not even really given a chance at the moment. He needs the rest of the team ideally before making the move forward. Here we go. 3 kills being made. Investment already coming out of the core as well. And Marshall
Sorry,
gets shut down
that was a big
almost immediately
break.
after he uses it. This is a massive push coming out from the Rejects here for a back 15 seconds that would keep them competitive with a Seminal in this hard point. Ban and Washi still looking for this time though. After all that investment from Rejects for a back 15 to 20 seconds or so, you start to ask the question, was
Oh,
it really
Solo.
worth it? Solo's now going to bring the equalizers out as well. And I get the feeling at the moment here with
Oh my god,
Rejects that
Jess.
a lot of these operators feel like they're responsive to Seminal. They're trying to ride the coattails. They're trying to hold on in this game here, Bobby. And already they are
Oh, big
down
nade.
by 50 points. If they let Seminal start to walk away with this game, I'm not sure they'll bring it back.
It's definitely going to be difficult. Vague in the top side
Oh, okay.
somehow wins that gunfight up against Jez, and once again, they take the top side.
What?
control.
He can
He's
do
able to get
that?
a cheeky spot on the cross, and he's got Tectonic watching his back. Feels pretty comfortable doing it. The feed
Damn.
goes blue, and once again, Seminal locking down the hard point time as they extend down that lead even further. Marshy picks up another
Wow.
2-piece right there. Band having himself a map, not typically one that we think of as SMG oriented, but has been so pesky, maneuvering those spawns, pushing out and lurking against these Rejects players. Tectonic's gonna hold the line on the rotation toward P2, and it's a pretty perfect setup so far for Seminal.
Yeah, this feels like a make or break moment here in this game. You are down by 7. 70 points to your opposition. You've already given up the rotation. Thank goodness if you're a Rejects fan. Raballo and Envy are able to combine for 2, so they get the first look over by Lamborghini. This is their hill. It has to be in this game. And Washi gonna bring the Annihilator out. What is he able to do with it? He already finds a couple of kills here. Band is just waiting ever so patiently. The car bomb goes off for the first kill. It's gonna be 3 kills.
Ooh.
Back at you. Our Seminal for 3, make it 4 kills of their own.
Washi going crazy.
Now spawning out towards the other side of the fences. Bobby, I said that this needed to be
what?
a massive hill for Rejects, and within 20 seconds they are pushed out of it.
Explosions left and right. It's pure chaos on P2, but the claw comes out. Marcy's gonna be able to find one. Keeps his life right here with the regen and plays the information. Ban continues to absolutely be so pesky up against this Reject squad. Washi is yet to get spawned.
Ooh.
Rock side, and he finds a 2-piece right there. Ban continues to force them back. I'm not sure more than 10 seconds has been found here on P2 by Rejects.
Yeah, Rejects stole that hill.
Seminal as the squad sitting up by 100 points.
Rejects lost their momentum after the S&D game.
Rejects, you are 110
After that
points
DQ.
down now. Seminal. They've got a big utility moving forward as well, certainly more so than Rejects have. Big read coming out from Envy here, or Solo, excuse me, sitting in the corner, just going to wait patiently.
That's tragic. He was so cautious too.
But now they need to recognize his spawns have flipped out. Despite a wave of gunfights going for the
That's
most
a
part
big
in their
double.
favor, this is where they struggled before, just trying to fight fences from the side.
Fury.
Sides. Now's the time to bring out the Purifier to try and clear out Tin, and then fences from there on out. On the other side, it is a big investment coming out as the Claw is being utilized by Envy. These need to be valuable for
Big.
Rejects and for Ban. He finds the double. That's the opening that Seminal required here, as once again, Rejects not anywhere near as convincing as they need to be.
Jez,
What?
solid value out of the Sparrow, able to find a couple with the Fennec in hand as well, but he gets taken down. Once again, phenomenal response from Seminal. Vega in the top side. Gonna be able to find one, another for Tectonic.
They gotta go new.
She's broken on through, and
They can't
once
even, like,
again,
give up 15
it's Seminal
seconds.
locking in time. Players on rotation for Rejects. 2 players already gonna be there, and 1 player pushing from garage, so they'll have the open.
It's just sad to watch.
Seminal finding kills on rotation. Washi clears off
It's a
the
good
objective for that last
practice
few
for
seconds of scrap time, and big engagements on the
Rejects,
hardpoint,
because
so it's
they
gonna find one to
can
open
learn
things
a
up.
lot from this.
Backs
You
against
know,
the
you
wall
never
now
know. You could
for
get
Rejects.
DQ'd and you have to bounce
You've not
back.
got much to go up against in terms of utility. They gonna try
How
and
do you
swipe
win that,
from
bro?
the outside,
What the
sacrifice
hell?
That first kill versus Jez. That's going to make things awkward. They're now going to turn their attention towards spawning players to try and keep Rejects isolated inside the hardpoint for the most part. Here,
that's a big
Rejects
hunter.
doing a good job to hold on for the
Annie?
first few gunfights.
Why is it,
in
like,
their
blurred
favor,
out?
But yet still, it is a
Oh
monumental
my
task ahead of them,
God.
and that's a good start. Washi has been a constant nuisance there with that weapon, as has Vayne.
Oh, big.
And that is 2 operators immediately off the rip here in this hill that have been taken out of the equation. Rejects are
Ooh.
doing a stellar job so far holding on in this game.
That's the response that they needed. Near perfect.
Big double nade.
P4 right here. Couple kills do go through, but it's nothing more than
Oh.
contest time right now for Seminal as they do finally break on through. That's going to be 2 kills in the hands of Tectonic. He's going to make sure nobody can make their way from that garage side. And it will be Seminal picking up the
Oh my
rest of the
God.
scrap. So now only 30 points needed right here. Ban gets dealt with. Raballo holds the line. They get the scraps, but still such a large gap that they've got to close. And Marshy playing that pesky spot's going to be able to find one. So
Okay.
on the top side, able to find the read, but they got to get players on the hard point. You can't afford to give up a single
I think
second
P2 is
more
going to
than you are
decide who
actively.
wins. Or
Fortunately,
not decide,
Envy
but
locking in the top side
P2 is going to
gonna keep
be
Vanforce back for
very
now.
important for
Phrase
Rejects.
that you hate to hear if you're the team down in this situation, you have to play perfect hardpoint from here on out.
Yeah.
Even these few seconds you're giving away could be detrimental
Ooh.
towards the back half of this hardpoint. For Rejects,
Everyone's just, like,
back
jumping in.
perhaps, hold on this hill and get control of the rotation towards P2 as well.
Oh my God, no,
Superbly
Esther,
well at this
what
point.
is
Couple more
happening?
seconds given away to Seminal. Annihilator going to waste for Rejects. Not all that great in terms of holding on towards this hill. Seminal just
Nah, just push for
16
new.
points shy of victory here, Bobby. If they don't find it here, look at where they are on the minimap. They might well find it over by P2.
One player already set up. Surprise,
Yo,
surprise, it's the
Esther.
man himself, Tectonic, locking down that Lambo. Vague should be able to push down to water side. Rejects are going to pick up the scrap time, but like you said, only 16 seconds needed right here, and there's a war machine in perfect position, but Jez, Sparrow comes out, he snipes him like Robin Hood off the top of the Lambo. This could be the opening as Raballo
No way.
goes in the war machine. That's a full 5 feet for Rejects to break the point.
Seminal just 13 seconds away from victory. They've still got the close spawns through. Fagan open things up with the first kill. It's a pinstripe kill feed. Seminal, is it good enough for them to break on through? Still a couple of players to deal with, and they're doing it. They're still holding on here.
Damn, they're holding it in. Yo, what? They're actually holding it down, bro. What the hell?
So tentative. Seminal, you only need one break.
One good push. Will they be able to find it? One player pushes on through, but there's Jez to do the final damage. One more player's got to get dealt with, but you need the kill right here. No reinforcements, and Seminal have broken on through.
Oh yeah, they got to break.
Purifier's going to do the burn damage. 5 more seconds. Rejects have to throw.
Oh yeah, it's done. Where's bro going?
Just trying to play his life. Not enough.
GG's, GG's.
And Seminal remain the kings of North America.
That was...
Damn.
I don't even know, bro. We should have had a map 5. We should have had a map 5, bro. We were robbed. We were robbed, chat. We were robbed. Oh my god, we were robbed. We should have seen either Rejects winning 3-2 against Seminal, or Seminal having a 3-2 comeback, an 0-2 comeback.
From Seminal, they garnered control.
Bruh.
I don't think it ever looked like Rejects were able to scrap back from it hill after hill, where Seminal had just dominated them in terms of the operator utilization from the squad, in terms of just the way in which they were just keeping Rejects at bay. Man,
yeah, that was a mental.
It really did. I think you got to give a lot of
Feels
credit
bad.
to Ban. That was one of the better series we've seen out of him on a map that, like we said, typically not very SMG oriented.
Expect they would
he
play
was
again
so
against
pesky,
Seminal.
just constantly a thorn in the sides, manipulating the spawns, pushing out toward the direction.
Wow.
I think especially on that P2 control, there were so many times he was able to get pushed past rocks and keep those Rejects players guessing on what direction they needed to go. And like you said, really
okay, it's not rigged.
After map
it's their own fault.
We could have very well been on our way to a map 5.
Yeah, we should have been.
It should have been a map 5, man.
We should have.
Talk about this all day. It's so frustrating.
It was solo using Rose.
Because they played so well in those first 2 maps in the series. It really looked
nah,
like,
what a troll.
I mean, the story we've been setting up, right, with Rejects being the squad that maybe could take Seminal down, especially with Envy.
Because then they would have gone to S&D, and S&D is such a different pace than like respawns.
Man, what a team.
Like you lose.
Listen, even
maybe
if
it was the R9. It's not the R9. Like if you lose Hardpoint, you're probably gonna lose control too. Because respawns is just like that, and it's like,
finals
damn, they could have had it. Holy moly!
See those two face off at some point in that bracket. If they end up being the top 2 teams that make their way through to Mobile Masters as well, they are both going to be forces to be reckoned with. I mean, that was a fun match.
It was.
That was a tragic
that last map was, it felt a lot closer than it was. I think just because of how well Rejects responded toward the back half. I think they just allowed too big of a lead to
okay, so
form,
Rejects against Mayhem, truly
point,
against Seminal?
Once again, you had to play perfect hardpoint the rest of the way out, but obviously we do get our standings and nearly identical to what we had at the last NA Challenge season. It's Seminal, aka Luminosity, undefeated. Rejects, aka Tribe, 6-1. Team Mayhem, aka Simplicity, 5-2. So very, very similar numbers across the board. And then truly that 4th squad looking to make some noise.
That was a
feels bad.
Really enjoyable season. And now 4 weeks of competition are pretty much done, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to see if we can maybe get an interview before we say goodbye to everybody for a little while until we look forward to those challenge finals. What are you expecting though when it comes to that top 4 battling it out?
I think the only thing I know,
dude, that was close, bro.
I don't think truly are going to be able to puncture the top 3. I think unless they put some serious working over the next 3 weeks. I think that's probably the only thing that's definitive at this point. I think
next 3 weeks? Wait, what? When is the playoffs happening? Bolu come back.
Today's match, right? This one right here.
Bolu, the Lord and Savior of NA. We need him back.
The 5 right now, and they know they can be competitive. And I think that's ultimately all they need to know. That's ultimately what they needed here, was just to know that, hey, look, we are a much better squad than they were 1 season ago when they played LG last time around. So I think we're in for a really competitive playoffs here. I guess the only question mark for me is Mayhem. You know, where do they look now that they figured out their roster? What does it look like for them going up against the likes of Seminal and Rejects?
What about you, Bobby?
I would
Pain.
agree with that. I wish that we had gotten
Still
to
don't
see
understand
the
how you
current
drop a
Mayhem
double nuke and
roster
still
up
lose.
against both of these squads
It
earlier in the
happens.
season, because like we said, they've looked a lot more.
I've dropped many
confident, but it's
nukes and
tough
lost.
to tell if that's just because of the level of competition they're going up against, or if they've really elevated their game with that new roster. So it should definitely be a really exciting NA playoffs, and I'm excited to be
When
there
is
for
the
it.
playoffs?
And obviously all the teams now have a little bit of time before we even get to those finals where they can really sit down, do some VOD review, go back and see what they've learned from
Is
this
it in like
season
a
so far,
half a
whether
month?
that's from watching other teams
In 2
going
weeks?
up against each other, or from their own matches up against the teams they know they're going to have to be playing coming up in the challenge finals. If you guys are just joining us, obviously you saw that leaderboard. We have our top 4 now set for our challenge finals, which means we are going to the next stage of the competition, but we also are keeping our eyes the entire time throughout this whole thing on Mobile Masters in Brazil for NA. There will be 2 teams that are going to be making their way through, continuing to that next stage and competing at LAN in Brazil. That's going to be a really cool experience as well. I mean, I don't know about you. I've never been to Brazil.
Neither have I. I would love to go to Brazil. It would be a really fun time.
No, we're just gonna have to try and figure out how to make our way down to Brazil then and see how that's gonna go. But like I said, we're just trying to wait here and see if we have the ability to get one final interview going for you guys. Also, did you guess score lines? I didn't hear if you guys guessed score lines.
Raising
Did you
alert to
actually make
perform under
predictions on
pressure.
them?
Rest
I
everything
did,
is
and I
good.
did guess the right scoreline, but I actually am going to humbly
Nah, they kind of
reject
choked a bit of the
win here
control.
because I guessed it incorrectly by saying that I thought that Rejects would take the search and destroys and Seminal would take the hard points, and actually, obviously, Rejects
On a technicality.
That is true.
I'm not gonna
On a
take the win, hello.
technicality.
I'm just going to take the L. I'm fine with it. Bobby can take the L as well. We'll be good on this.
I noticed that when you
Well,
dropped a
that's the right
nuke, you
team.
changed the way you
That's true.
played.
That's true.
Yeah, I
And
wasn't
that's
playing
what
OBJ.
matters, you know?
I just wanted to
All
nuke.
3 of us did.
Yeah,
Because I
we did.
knew
feel
the
like because you
players that we
apparently
played
somehow my
against,
guess,
or
which is
I
the
was
same as
playing
yours,
against.
is less valid.
Because I had sweaty
Ours is
teammates,
analytical.
and the
Yeah,
opponents we
yours
were
is
playing were
yours is just,
leaderboard
Seminal
players
best
and streamers.
You're
So
just bandwagoning.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted content.
Just trying to get the easy dub.
So I was just going for
remember
nuke.
this.
I think
I'm
they
gonna have
lost
better
confidence after one
predictions
result.
for
Yeah,
the next stage of the competition.
and it's hard to say like
Sure.
See what happens.
it's. I mean,
We'll
sorry,
see
it's
about
easier
that.
to say like, oh, okay, we DQ'd. It's all good. You know, just get back into it. No worries. Just keep
Alright,
playing.
well,
It's
let's see
it's
what's
easier
going on
said than
with,
done. You know,
with the interview here.
between themselves or
okay,
Seminal
alright,
was
I'm
just
getting-
better.
I'm getting word that we're not able
Control and
to interview
Hardpoint, the
before we
last
close
2
things out,
games
so give me some
definitely
thoughts before we say
was
goodbye to
Seminal
everybody for a
playing
couple
better.
weeks.
The last game of Hacienda, Reject
Reject
started picking it up, so you could see the potential. You could see like where
again, we've only got 2 spots
should have
in
been.
their way to the North
But
American team for Masters, so
it's just
who's it gonna be?
unfortunate today,
Are we
dude.
gonna
It's
get
just
some
really
upsets come
unfortunate. I'm
playoff
just
time?
sad
I
we
think
didn't get
it's
him
gonna
at
be an
5,
interesting
dog.
matchup.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know
puts
how
a
I
ton
feel.
of pressure on playoffs.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Having it be double elimination, obviously,
With
adds
Raph
to it
instead of S
substantially.
Dog?
But it's going to be really, really tight all the way through. And I think even truly, like, if they put the work in,
Rabalo owns
can
Seminal.
be at a level where they can take maps off. I don't know if they'll
Why were
quite
they
be in a
disqualified?
position to where I can feel
They used the
confident that they'll
skin
be taking series
that was
of any of
banned.
these 3 teams. But I definitely feel a lot more confident in them than I did feel in Devious heading into the last playoff. So I think with the right amount of work, they can make some noise too.
All right, well, you at least need to make it to the challenge finals. Make sure you guys are tuning in and watching that because it's going to be insane. We have our top 4. They're set and ready to go. When it comes to that challenge finals competition, we've got Seminal, Rejects, Team Mayhem, and Truly, who will be battling it out in just a few weeks to see not only who will be named the best in the region, get that champion title, but which teams will also be making their way through to Mobile Masters in Brazil.
When?
You don't want to miss it. As always, a huge thank you
Was
to
Team
Magnolia
Disciple
Gaming,
cheating?
Samsung
No.
Galaxy, Monster Energy, DHL, and the US
What do you mean
Air
by
Force for helping
skin?
to make this whole thing possible. And thank you to all of you at home for hanging out
Their
with us and
skin
watching.
that was
We'll see
banned.
you
They
in the finals.
used. Oh, thank you for the ray, madam. I'm about to end stream though, because we're kind of done. Where is this happening? They got DQ'd though? Yeah, they got DQ'd because they used a skin that was banned. There are rules in competitive. Skins are banned. Like, where's the It doesn't even tell me when the thing is. Okay, well. Anyways. Thank you for the Rose Predator. Why is LG Seminal now? Because LG's contract ended and they didn't renew. Anyways, what skin? I think Rose Rook. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off now. Thank you all so much for watching the game with me. I appreciate it. That was a very interesting game, that's for sure. But yeah. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye bye.